Hello, and welcome to Natural Havikie. Yes, every week I say it's slightly different. But welcome, guys. How are we all doing? I hope you're doing well. We are Natural Havoc, a group of friends and Twitch streamers, and not so much Twitch streamers. But we play D&D on the old 5th edition system. Would you believe it? And yeah, we are adding a few homebrew rules in. We have a homebrew world, some homebrew abilities and the such. But all of us here, besides our lovely guest Paddy Max, are veterans to the system. Paddy will be there soon, I'm sure. But yeah, we are all veterans to the system, and we all know how things work. But I guarantee you, we will definitely, 100%, without a doubt, definitely make some mistakes. So yeah, but please bear with us. Right. Oh, he's not here this week, is he? Smitty, socials?
Jane, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but Oka was saying that you are not hearable on stream. And so, yeah.
Tim, socials.
Socials, guys. Make sure to follow every social channel on Natural Havoc. That's being on Twitter, on Discord, on YouTube. Follow those socials, social follows, and also make sure that Eagle hears that he is handsome, because Eagle needs that validation on the internet by strange people he doesn't know anyway. So, but please say in the chat, Eagle, we love you. You're handsome. You're a good fellow, and he will be happy. So. Something like that.
That's perfect. And also make sure that you let him know that you like fedoras, because he loves fedoras. But yeah, cool. Smitty, do you want to just test audio real quick before we you good? No? Okay. Well, we're going to head right off with all the tech working exactly as intended, the stream running smooth, streamlined, without any interruptions whatsoever. And we're going to head off into the recap for this week. So, yeah, I'm going to pull that up because I definitely didn't click out of it just a moment ago. Cool. Our session began with the party traveling through the Quirinese desert. After 6 days of traveling through harsh conditions, Shartusa appeared before them, a bustling city with overwhelming sounds and smells, where merchants were peddling their wares, people running amok, and pickpockets were just everywhere. Shartusa consists of 3 rings, each more upscale than the last, and the third ring is where the party had entered. And it was downright chaotic. The party quickly wanted to get out of this mess and made their way towards the second ring, where Shion's father had lived, and Shion had lived for quite some time. However, before they arrived, they spotted a rhino. Yes, that is correct. A rhino in the mouth of an alleyway, obscuring 2 people behind them in the dark. Andros tried to get a little bit closer, and Maeve decided to try and speak with said rhino to see if it would move out of the way so that they could investigate the ongoings behind it. It turned out that this rhino was in fact a companion of one of the gentlemen behind him, and could in fact talk. The gentleman behind him revealed himself to be Carvox Blighthorn, a bulky minotaur with a rather relaxed attitude. He was questioning a half-elven man, and after a bit more pressure, the party finally found out that the man being questioned was in fact a member of the Tungsten Wolves, the mercenary band that had betrayed Shion and left her for dead months before. The party decided to let the man go, but not without a warning that their band was now a target, and a very vengeful Shion wished to speak to Yuno. The party chatted for a while with Carvox and learned that he was looking for his mentor, but he couldn't get to the second ring of the city, so the party offered to escort him there. When they were almost at the gate, however, the half-elven man from the Tungsten Wolves returned, but this time with friends. Dozens of tungsten wolves were sharpening their blades in the busy marketplace, and the party geared up for a battle. Though they initially wanted to remain inconspicuous, the party's otherworldly abilities were a little bit too much for the townsfolk. And not only the Tungsten Wolves, but also some of the civilians were killed in the process, much to the horror of both Shion and Andros. Andros started shouting at the rest of the party about how wrong this was. But as this started to happen, more and more civilians came into view as they heard the entire conversation. The name of the party, the Iron Vortex, was said aloud to all. The reasons for some of them being here was mentioned. And more importantly, the strange ghostly remains of a Tungsten Wolves member is now being commanded and ordered around and following Shion in the group. The party, after a rather lengthy argument, decided to move away from the scene. And as they did, they watched many civilians watch them as they walk away towards the second ring gate. And just as you guys got there, you're about 60, 70 foot away from the gate entrance, and you can see quite a few guards, maybe 5 or 6 individuals blocking this gateway. You all come to like a more open area where there is like a small fountain of some sorts, which seems to be not currently in use, but there is a fountain in the center of this area, and there's people walking by. Currently, as of right now, no one appears to be hostile or looking for anyone in this specific vicinity. However, you guys are in a crowded area with about 5 or 6 guards stood at the gate before you. What do you guys do?
I go up to the gate.
Straight up?
Or like straight up, yeah.
Yeah. So you walk on up, and I assume everyone else follows?
Yeah.
Yeah. As
Indeed.
you all
Oh yeah, same. I haven't talked yet.
I think we should be good. But yeah, if Oakham, you could let us know, or who else is in the chat? Oakham, thank you. Still no video audio. Thanks. Okay. Well, Maeve will be. Maeve has the yeah. She has the spell on her that it actually enables her, no, disables her to speak. So she'll be doing mime for the entire session. Can we hear now, Oakham? I just thought that, if he can't hear you, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
he
why I
can't
thought
hear
I'd just
you
ask.
asking.
Yeah, that's why I just asked, just to double check. That'd be fantastic. Yeah, we can
I'm
obviously
also
hear
checking
her.
on my. I'm double checking also on stream. I don't think I can hear her.
Okay. Okay, we can give that a go. You can't hear. It's all right, Oakham. I think it's definitely
Oakham,
I've just
yeah.
unmuted myself and couldn't
I
hear
also
somebody either.
tried.
Paddy, could you just speak for me for a moment, just so we can confirm we can hear you?
Hi. You guys can definitely hear me.
Yeah, I can. Cool.
Yeah.
There you go. Awesome. I think that's everyone, apart from Smitty. So Smitty will sort that out, not a problem. But yeah, as you guys approach these gates, you see one of the guards wearing the tanned, cream and browns of armor with the helmet that comes over the face with chainmail down, and you can see that there is like it comes almost to a point of these helmets, and one turns around with a spear with this like red sort of like feathery material around the sharp end, the blade, and as he turns around, he looks to you all and says, "Greetings there, how can I help you?"
Greetings. Shion Loraniel is the name, and I'd like access to the second ring. And I flash my signet ring.
He like looks at the ring. Begging your pardon, did you say Shion Loraniel?
Back from the dead, yes.
If we just stay there a moment, I need to speak to my supervisor. And he turns around and he walks off towards a couple of other guardsmen. They start to begin conversing. Any of you doing anything at this point, or are you just waiting?
This has never happened to me before.
I'd like to think that in the back here, I'm just like consoling Bronco, just like petting him on the horn and like
Yep.
wiping it off. And I'm not entirely sure if I want to actually admit to being part of the group or not, depending on what's going on.
Yep.
So I'm sort of just there. And yeah, that's what Carbox is up to. He's just hanging out the back, like what's going on, like assessing the situation.
You just hear Bronco go, oh, "Thanks, buddy." Like as you're just like wiping the horn.
Since the conversing is probably taking a little while,
Yeah, it's like a minute or two.
I think Erhard will actually walk over to Carvox and do you want to play a song together just to lift in the spirits?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'd love to do that, dude. Like we could. The thing is, I don't know what your vibe is, like where you hang out, but if you like, we can try and like maybe put on a show and get these guys' attention. I don't know.
Yeah, we can try.
Sure,
Just,
you lead the way.
Show that
Go
we're
for it.
a nice crowd.
Go for it. Yeah, let's do it.
I would take the flute and actually start my motivational song.
Okay.
And kind of more of a solemn tune because we kind of slaughtered people. But yeah, also like just showing that it's a nice vibe and we're just here to chill.
So are
And I-
you? Yeah, are you trying to draw an audience, or are you just playing sort of like background sort of music? What's the sort of vibe going here?
More of a background, not
Okay,
not
cool.
drawing an audience. Not
Yeah.
too much like we don't need more attention than we already
Yeah.
had.
So more subtle, I would assume.
More subtle and
Yeah.
like we just chilling here, we just like
Mm-hmm.
playing some songs while we wait to get through the gate.
And what does
Jam session.
and what does Carvox do? Because
Well,
that's what Erhard starts doing.
Well, the thing is, Carbox has got his own way of playing music. He's a real showman. So he'll jump at any opportunity because he believes in like riding the wave.
Yeah.
So I'd like to think that Erhard's there playing like a really like peaceful thing, and I just come in as sort of Carbox straight up is going, oh, let's go, and I'll use dancing lights as well, and like really overdo everything, putting on a whole display, and having Bronco like stomping his feet and stuff to get like really causing a scene.
Okay.
Completely misunderstanding what Erhard was throwing down.
Then what I would like from both of you is performance checks from each of you, and Carvox will give you advantage with the stomping. Erhard, unfortunately, you don't get advantage. But yeah, Bronco's assisting Carvox.
I'm also having my exhaustion level of exhaustion, so
Yes, so it is at disadvantage.
yeah.
Yeah.
Also, and I don't know if people can hear me, but this is also the first stream where they can't see the dice rolls on this current scene as we're staying on this, whilst there's no battles, so it might be good to shout out your rolls.
So I have a 13 on my disadvantage.
Okay. Are you good with finding that, Paddy? It'll be on the left-hand side. There's like a section that says skills. It's next to your attributes. And then for you, performance will be okay, a 25. Yeah. So you just like come out and you're just like, let's go, and then just start like going for a mad riff, like guitar solo riff with the flute playing in the background, which at first you go for a softer melody, and then it just breaks in. It's like a lot heavier, faster pace, and then you're like trying to catch up, like so that you kind of like keep memento, which you do. You do manage to keep up with memento, but Carvox is 100% stealing the show right now, and a small crowd is beginning to form of people like cheering and clapping and getting really into it. But while this is going on, Shion, Maeve, and Arcturus. Any of you three doing anything as this is all happening?
Stand in disbelief.
I think Maeve is just sort of like, but to Shion and Arcturus, like, I don't understand. Like, we were just shouting in the streets, and now we're putting out a performance. Like, I know that things got heated earlier, but how is this helping?
I don't know. You ask me.
I am doing absolutely nothing except staring right in front of me. contemplating about what had just happened.
Yeah. Well, as this is all happening, you see, Shion, I think you, Arcturus, and Maeve, because you're not distracted really, you would all see one of the guardsmen goes into the tower, and the other two that are outside by this one tower are kind of like waiting, looking into the doorway. And about another 2 or 3 minutes pass, and as this starts to happen, more and more civilians start to crowd around. With a 25, I'm just gonna roll a couple of dice here.
And I just want to mention, after a minute of playing, I will have the motivational song essentially place 5 temporary hit points on Shion, myself, Carvox, Maeve, and Arcturus.
Nice. So
As
you've all got
well
5 temp
as-
hit points.
Yeah, and as well for an hour or for as long as the temporary hit points last, they have
Nice.
advantage on wisdom saving throws. And if an affected creature is hit by an attack, it has advantage on the next attack roll it makes after being
Nice.
hit by an attack.
Cool.
Right?
Very good. Well, as this motivational speech song comes out, or motivational song, should I say, you realize coins are being thrown at your feet as the two of you see on the floor 13 silver and 10 gold around your feet that has just been thrown onto the floor. As, yeah, if you want to start picking it up or getting Bronco to, like, I don't know, like,
Swipe it.
scrape them backwards. Yeah, you guys do so. So make a note of that. 13 silver, 10 gold. Someone make a note of that. But yeah.
Sure.
And while this is happening, Shion, Andros nudges you and gestures up towards the tower. And as you look up, you see a raven fly out of a tower. The tower that the guy has just walked into.
Like the guard tower, or is it the tower?
Yes.
Of... Yeah, okay.
The guard tower that he entered a few minutes ago. A raven has now just left. And Andros, with his high passive perception of exactly 20, which is insane, manages to spot the raven fly away from the tower. And with his military background as well, messenger ravens are a thing and that sort of thing. So he's very watchful that something seems to be going on.
I guess news travels fast. I hope we're not stuck here too long.
And yeah, as you say that, he kind of keeps to himself, but just keeps to be keeping an eye on his surroundings and trying to spot if any more tungsten wolves arrive or any of the civilians that he spotted previously, like, start coming over pointing or anything like that. Which he does notice because quite a few people are now pointing towards Karvox, Bronco, and Erhard as they are gathering more and more of a crowd as they are playing, in Karvox's eyes, pretty well. The three of you combined are making a good little troop here. And yeah, as you continue to play for a few more minutes, eventually a guard descends the tower. He gives a nod to one of the guardsmen in front of him, and a different guardsman. This time it's a tabaxi gentleman with sort of like tiger sort of colors, like some oranges and blacks, like in like certain stripes and areas. And he walks on over and he's like, is it Shion Loraniel?
The one and only.
Right. I don't know how to tell you this, but we have been informed that the real Shion was buried.
Show me a corpse, then. I'm standing right here. Listen, we can do we can do this the easy way, or we can do this the hard way. If my father hears word that I have been refused at the gates, what will happen to your meager job?
Well, you see, we have been instructed
By whom?
by powers above that if anyone was to appear as Shion, to deny entry and reclaim the ring that was stolen from her corpse. However, you match her exact description.
That's because I am her. Fetch my father for me. He will tell you.
That may take some time. Would you be willing to go to a piazza or an inn for the time being until we can send word?
I look over at the rest.
Yeah.
As long as we lay low.
It also means no performances.
And we pan over to Carvox and Erhard. What's happening with you guys?
I think as I can, I would assume Erhard kind of sees the
You
guard
can
going over
yeah,
to
the music's too
Shion
loud for you
and
to understand, but you can
yeah.
see a conversation's being had. Yeah.
So I'll kind of nod to Carvox to like kind of cut it, like that we had enough.
And I'd like to think that Carvox sees Erhard kind of like this, and then Carvox, being sort of a bit more metal, is like, "Yeah, that's sick," and goes even harder. And he's saying like really on the nose things, like he'll be out there like, "In the realm of waves and sand, where the tide breaks free, there's a tabaxi gentleman, wild and carefree, with a tiger coat, he rides just the white, just well." Guiding us through with his cool vibes, he's so swell. Like going really over the
Yep.
top, and like very adamantly putting on the plate for everyone around to see exactly what's happening. But then he sort of gets the nudge from Bronco, I imagine. That's like, you know,
Yeah. Yeah, you feel like a tap of the horn on your leg, and as you look back, he's just like, "Oh, I think we gotta stop."
oh, okay. Oh, sorry, dudes. Like the show's over. You know the way it is. We'll be back again. You just got to go with waves. And he like sheaths his axe on his back, and like the lights go out. Um, yeah, and then he
Yeah.
like puts his hands up to like show respect to Erhard. Whether that's received, I don't know. But yeah.
He will bow and tip his head. Yeah. To
You
the
s-
crowd as well as to Carvox.
Yeah. You see a couple of the crowd see you do this, Carvox, and as you do that, a couple of like the younger audience members are just like, "Yeah!" Like they just do it back. Like clearly that they've enjoyed the show for sure. Because as you know for being here a little while, this type of music isn't really common in Chartusa, let's say. So yeah, as you seem to gain a few fans that are clapping, and then the crowd does slowly start to disperse. The guardsman approaches you like a little off from the others, Shion, and just puts a hand on your shoulder and he says, "I am terribly sorry for the problems that we are causing you. Um, but as I said, someone of a higher status has informed us of Shion's death. We are going to need to take the ring, and we can return it to you once your father has given us consent that it is you."
Well, who is to say you're not going to run off with it? I mean, a signet ring such as my own is quite valuable.
I understand. Unfortunately, during this time, uh, we are just following orders, as you can imagine, Miss Loraniel.
I'm not going to give it. That ring is one of my most prized possessions. I can give you anything else. Is there anything else that might?
The problem is, as you may know, I don't know what I can tell you and what I can't. Um, the ring is held by certain members of the second ring to gain entry into said place. When a ring does go missing, the said person who it belonged to would in turn get another. For you to have this ring and for you to also have a flagstone in the crypts, we're just following orders. If you do not wish to give it to us, then we cannot present it to your father to tell him your return.
Give
Give me a moment.
By all means.
I use
Thank you. I use my chakram to contact my father and to tell him that he needs to come down to the gate to the second ring immediately because the guards are giving me shit.
Okay, so you send that message, and as you do, you just hear back from the which gate are you at? I'll come immediately.
Which gate am I at?
Oh, let me put you on the map. That'd be a little bit easier, wouldn't it? You guys are on eastern side of the map. So you'd be the eastern second ring gate.
So I tell him that, and I just say, well, Mr. Guardsman, it seems we have reached an impasse. But I'll stick around for a while. This might be a good show. And I'll just go sit on like a bench or something and wait.
Okay. So you sit down. Yeah, there's a couple of pews that you can sit down on. And yeah, Shion walks on over and takes a seat.
I'll just walk with, but I'm not saying anything. Just still staring in the blank void.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'll sit down next to Shion. Is there nothing they could ask you that you could answer that only you would know?
Well, I reckon the higher ups whose orders he's following probably could, but if he's really just a guard, then I don't know. I do believe him that he's just following orders. However, I would never entrust a lowly guard with my signet ring.
Did we hear you talk just now to your father? Like, will we
I
have...
believe it's internally, right? That you're able to communicate. Yeah. So no,
Yeah.
you wouldn't have heard that.
So yeah, I contacted my father like I can contact you, and he's coming down, so we can
Oh,
come up with him. But it might take a couple of minutes for him to arrive. I just hope that there won't be trouble in the meantime.
oh, I mean, well, if your dad comes in a few minutes, I think he'll be fine.
I hope so.
Oh, Shion, the first thing I wonder about is who is this higher power that wants to restrict your access to the second ring?
I imagine it's someone who is aligned with the tungsten wolves. But trust me, we will find out, and he
Who's
will
this
answer.
guy?
He's their leader, and the guy responsible for betraying me, leaving me for dead out in the desert. If it weren't for him, well, I guess the only positive thing is that I wouldn't have met you.
So it's in his best interest that you are dead.
Oh, absolutely. He makes, I think. I mean, the Tungsten Wolves, from what I gather, I mean, when I hired them, they were just a low-class mercenary band who killed vermin for farmers. They never, they weren't a very classy, but they were cheap, and so I hired them. They were cheap and inconspicuous, so I hired them to.
What?
Well, you know how I ended up in this mess in the first place. I went to a temple of sorts, and in the in the middle of the desert, and that's where I got, you know, the whole Malakesh thing. It's where I found Malakesh, and he sent me on this crazy quest. But initially I just wanted, I guess, maybe not necessarily riches, but some kind of, I don't know what I was expecting really, some kind of powerful magical artifact that would shut up all the people in the second ring.
Shut
Just
people up, but I thought you were liked in the second ring.
I'm important, but not necessarily liked, at least not amongst my peers. My father was one of the richest men in Chartusa, very high up in the second ring. But my mother, I don't know if I've told you this before, but my mother was a slave. And she got, I don't know where my father got her from, but it was obviously unheard of for a man of his stature to I don't know, marry a slave. I don't even know whether they were married. I don't know whether he just forced himself upon her. But either way, I am kind of seen as a bastard.
I don't think. Well, I didn't know that. No.
It's not something that I tell a lot of people.
But your mom, do you know her?
She died. She passed away a few years after I was born. Whether it was poison or just some kind of disease. She succumbed to a disease, but she might as well have been poisoned. Fact is, my father never took another wife after. And this is coming from Quirinese, where having multiple wives is a custom.
Hmm.
So I do think he loved her in his own way.
Well, considering that Andros and people like Icturus could have been slaves here, but now we're all friends, we're just the same, right?
Yeah,
Hmm.
I guess so.
It's
Maybe,
at this moment
oh.
that all of you hear from the gate. Get out of my way! I don't care what you have to say! Move aside! And you see, like, a guard get manhandled. Like, you literally see a guard get, like, shoved into a door. And the guard, like, stands up and goes to go back. And then another guard, like, places a hand on his chest and pulls him back. And it's at this moment that you see, for the first time in a very long time, especially you, Shion, you see your father looking a little bit more rugged since the last time you met him. You can see his beard isn't as kept as it usually was. You can see his robes are a little off kilter. You can see that he just looks a little stressed is probably the best word to say. And as he steps through with his quite tanned complexion, he walks on out and he says, "Oh, Shion," and he like walks on over and he like embraces you immediately with a hug, which probably isn't something you're used to from your father as much, showing affection, but it's been such a long time, and the thought of you passing, every ounce of his usual being has definitely dropped in this moment as he does like embrace you for a hug, and then he lets go and he like steps back and he's just like, "Is it really you?"
Who else could contact you through the telepathically?
I didn't know if it was just a hoax. If maybe somebody was. It doesn't matter. You're here. I can see that it's you plain as day.
Who is responsible for all this? I mean, I was never refused at the gates before. The guard said something about higher ups.
Yes, I've been speaking with a few of the guards just now on the other side of the gate, and Shion, it's not good.
What is it? Tungsten wolves again?
It's ordered by the king.
The king? The king? You said the king was ill.
He is. But it is a king's decree not to allow you to enter the second ring.
So now what?
He is refusing acknowledgement of you being alive. He is saying that whoever is imposing to be as you may not enter the second ring, and if they try to, death. You have... The guards will not let you to enter. Have you given them the ring?
Never. I would never give him.
Good. If you have the ring, you can maybe get in, but not as yourself.
We should. That should be fine. But that said, it's our the ring with the Loranial insignia. How would I mean any well read guard if they would recognize it?
Yes, but we are in luck that I'm sure your new magical talents could maybe aid you.
How so?
Because I hear of things that they are saying about you, Shion.
I don't understand.
I believe Yuno has poisoned many of those within the second ring, and has gotten his teeth sunk into so many others. I do not think I was the only victim here of his exchanges.
Do you think he has something to do with the royal family right now? I mean, I didn't know the king well, but he sure was kind enough.
That's what I'm concerned about. I've sent a few of the slaves to gather information. A few of them have come back with reports of him meeting someone. Someone that has come from the third ring of Shatusa. A hooded figure, I do not know of what origin, but there have been rumors of Yuno seeking guidance from someone else. He's got an inn within the third ring. I do not know how. I do not know why. But I think this is something bigger than just me and you, Shion.
It might be. I have some bad news as well.
Yes?
When we came here, we ran into a few of his lackeys.
Right.
We might have disposed of them in a less than kind way. It might have gathered some, you know.
That's not going to bode well. That doesn't help your case.
I thought so. Some of my friends here are a bit, flashy.
Are these friends of yours, responsible for helping you back?
Absolutely.
Very well. I give my thanks to all of you. I do not have much to offer at this time, but when I do, I will give you the word. All of you. Shion. I don't know what to suggest.
Mr. Loraniel, if I can just ask?
Yes?
You can enter, right? Freely between the rings?
Correct, yes.
And Shion, if you disguise as your father, and we split up in the third ring, and you go in with your ring, and your father goes in at another gate with his ring, shouldn't we be able to meet up at your house?
That would be, but I wouldn't know how to disguise myself. I'm not as good as Ondros at it.
Or you can polymorph and we just go in with your dad.
Yeah,
I'll
I
hold
mean,
the ring, or it stays on your body anyway. You just have to,
we can just transform it to a bird and fly over the wall, maybe.
Shion, during this conversation, can you make me a wisdom saving throw, please?
Do I still have advantage from Earhart's
Yes.
inspiration thingy?
You do.
Right?
Thingy. Wisdom saving. I
Very well.
rolled a 26.
You feel some magic try to take hold.
Is it evil magic?
You don't know. You just feel like an invasive magic. Something that's trying to do something to you. There's no flashy effect, there's no shimmering light. No one else can see this, but you just feel this and manage to like shrug whatever it is off. Whatever they were trying to do didn't work.
I think someone's trying to scry me, find me in any other way. I don't think
Well-
we're safe here.
Well, after what we've just been through, someone's clearly looking for you.
Maybe we should go pay a visit to a certain inn, and you know, make
Sounds
a
like a
plan.
plan.
Make a plan there.
Do you wish for me to accompany you? The only thing is, if I'm to be seen in the third ring, I believe many people might, grow suspicious.
Can't you say you're in the market for a new slave or something?
Yes, I could,
I mean, yeah, I can send you a message. I can you maybe you can just send for Rosie Bell or something. Then she can. I mean, I trust her. She can tell you maybe.
Shion.
Yes. This doesn't sound good.
I've had to let some of the slaves go.
Oh no. Well,
As you know, I was being extorted by himself. And to pay for certain things, I've had to cut some corners. It's not looking good, Shion.
do you know where I can find her?
I sold her weeks ago.
Very well. Well, I guess I can contact you in the morning. We wouldn't want people to grow any more suspicious than they already are.
Yes, very well. Please be safe. Protect my daughter, all of you, please. I'm sorry I couldn't be more helpful. My hands are really tied here.
Do we have any people who are on our side who believe your story of me not being dead?
We had one or two. That bird is strange, but, yes, Yuno's teeth and his wolves are deep. They're pulling all sorts of sway.
Very well.
You mentioned an inn on the third ring. Where is that? Like a specific inn that they've.
I mean, an inn. Inns. This is the first time I've heard of any inn in Chartusa. We have piazzas, but not an inn.
To be fair, for your troop, it's probably best to go to the inn. It's relatively new, hasn't been here particularly long. I believe it goes by the name of the Whistling Duck. It's run by a halfling man. Honest, but, foreigners will be welcomed more there.
Can I check if Carvox would have heard or passed through the Whistling Duck?
Yeah, roll me a history check at advantage. 19. You have been there. You have
Okay.
played there. It was a very quiet tavern. You didn't really get much of a crowd because there was about 5 people total in there when you played. And since then, haven't really gone back. They also didn't take kindly to Bronco trying to squeeze through the entrance the first time you entered. But yeah,
Okay.
it was a halfling man. Because of a 19, you will remember the guy's name is Barnack Emberfoot. He's the owner of the tavern.
Okay.
Little halfling man.
I sort of turn over to Carfox and I'm like, I'm sorry, I promised to help you. I'm sorry I couldn't be of more help. If there's any other way you might be able to get into the second ring, then by all means. But I don't know
well,
if you've picked this up, but my hands are kind of tied. As for now, I mean, maybe in a couple of days it will probably be better.
no worries. Like that's the way it is. Hey, Bronco. Like we know that place, right? We've been there. I think.
What have we?
Gosh. Wasn't it run by that little short dude who was like really cool with like the beards and stuff? I don't think they. Do you remember the tight doors?
Yeah. Hot feet. No.
Emberfoot, I think it
Yeah.
was. Yeah. Do you remember where? Do you remember the way there? I'm awful with directions. Like, oh,
Yeah. Follow me.
all right. I guess we go there if you guys are down. Like, whatever you want to do. Like, whatever.
Sure. If you can help us find a place, and if you've been there before, you might know an inn for us.
And if that keeps us off the street for a while, that might be best, I guess.
Shion. He leans towards you, and he just says, "Look for tabaxi with a white plume.
Very
I
well.
think she might be able to help.
Thank you.
Okay.
I will speak to you in the morning.
Be safe."
And
yeah, he heads off and he walks up to the gate, and one of the guards goes to stop him, and you just hear him say, "You've just watched me walk from here to there, you fucking imbecile." And as he does, he like shoves the guard, and the guard like stumbles back and looks at him, and then your father like raises a hand to show the ring, and then just storms off into the gate.
how's he built? Just for like,
Who?
is he like a
Shion's
big,
father?
strong?
Big.
Yeah, he's quite a large man, quite broad-shouldered. He looks a little bit, probably on his best day, he might look a little bit more well built. He's definitely seems to stress has taken him clearly over the past couple of months, and he's maybe let himself go just a little bit. But yeah, he's quite broad, quite tall, quite dark skin complexion, bearing in mind, you know, the elements that you're within. And his clothing's very, very clean, very very wealthy clothing. He wears like kind of like a silk tunic with like a half shoulder cloak, and then is wearing some like long sort of flowy and baggy like shorts that go to like a sort of skirt sort of thing as well. So it's like he's very well dressed for this sort of weather for sure. He's got kind of like messy hair at the minute, which is kind of like slicked to one side, but yeah, you can see that he's probably in need of a haircut, bit of a trim, and could probably do with yeah, he's definitely relaxed, and the stress has got to him recently.
Cool, thanks.
But yeah, and he walks through the gate.
Question to DM as well. Can I, if we would walk to the inn, can I, while we walk, cast a ritual?
What's the ritual you want to cast?
I want to do detect magic.
Let me look up the spell real quick. Because I feel like you should be able to, but it depends if it is.
It's an action to cast, concentration up to 10
Your fight
minutes.
doesn't have material components, so you can do.
Okay.
That was the thing I needed. Because if it's
okay.
like, you know, like
I had
the
to, like, handle
brazier
things.
with the herbs and stuff, like for Find Familiar, if it was something like that, but this is just vocal and somatic. So it's
Mhm.
noise and hand gestures. So you can totally do that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Carbox, how far is this this in?
Oh, like it's funny you ask because I have no idea. Bronco, any ideas how far away this is? Like, where are we going?
Yeah, it's like the other side of Chartusa.
You heard the rhino.
Yeah, you did.
Sure. Then I guess I will, like, to DM again. I will start doing it when we get closer to it, like, because obviously it only lasts 10 minutes after I cast it. I wanted
Yeah.
to be active when we get to the end, more or less.
Not a problem.
So I will just kind of mention maybe to Bronco if we within, 10 minutes of it, that he should kind of let me know.
Yeah, not a problem. He will do
And then I
so.
will start
He
doing
reckons
the
it'll
magic.
take about 30-ish minutes. And then you'll be there. So yeah. Okay. So yeah, you guys head round the side of Chartusa until you get to around about here. And as you get here, you see what looks to be like a ramshackled looking little 2-story sandstone building. You can see that the doorway definitely wouldn't fit a rhino. It is a singular doorway with a couple of steps up to it, and then within you see like wooden floorboards and you see silks and stuff inside. But it is like there's one person in there who sat at one of the tables drinking. The place is empty. It doesn't look too large. It could probably host maybe 15 people sat down, and then in the corner is the tiniest little stage. But yeah, as you walk on in, you see behind the counter, you see a little halfling man sat on like a high stool, and as you guys walk on in, you see him like look towards you, and he's like, "Oh, hello there. Yeah, welcome on in. Come on in. Come. Are you from out of town? Hello there. Hello. Please speak to me, one of you. Any of you.
Yeah, we just got into town.
Oh, why
We're
not?
looking for a great place to stay.
Come on in, by all means. Take a seat. Would you like drinks, rooms, perhaps? Apparently, I don't really do rooms here, but would you like a room?
Yes, we would like rooms.
How many rooms?
How many do you have? What kind of rooms?
We have 2 rooms.
We will take 2 rooms.
Very well. Okay, that'll be I haven't had to look at this for a while. And he like reaches down, pulls out a ledger, like puts it down, he sees dust on it. He like flips a couple of pages. Okay. Okay. Oh. 2 gold?
Are you sure about 2 gold? It doesn't sound like you're sure.
Flicks a page.
Just indulge him. I'll give him 2.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. That's for one night. And he like puts the gold under the counter. He gives you both a key. He's like, oh, drinks. Would you like drinks? Food, perhaps? Anything like that? We have some hearty pies. We have potatoes. You won't find it anywhere else. I tell you now.
Is there anyone else in this inn, or is it
One
just
guy.
us? One guy.
One dude sat in the corner with a tankard.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, sure. Have us some meals for all of us.
Meals, very well. Oh, it's a good day. Very well. That'll be 4 silver per person for a meal and a drink. Would you like bangers and mash, or would you like pie?
This is hardly Quirinese fare, darling.
Well, very well. We also have let me just go and see.
Oh, do you have any like salad or leaves or anything? Spinach?
Yes, we have broccoli. We have peas and maybe some carrots left.
A big green salad, please.
And a small green salad. This for a child.
Very well. Coming right up. And you, big lad, what would you like? And he points towards you, Carvox.
Oh, hey, how's it going? I'd like some beer, dude. Like with my meal, with the pie, I just want some beer, like a tankard, you know. Uh,
Yes.
and if I could buy one for that gentleman over there as well, that'd be great.
Oh, okay. That'll be from you 6 silver total.
No worries. And I like just sprinkle it down,
Yeah.
like over him, like real
Oh,
showman style.
oh,
Yeah.
right. And let me just pick this up. He's like, it's all on the floor. Like he's going down picking it up. Yeah,
By
and he
any
like pops
chance,
his head back up.
do you sell kegs?
Keg?
No, kegs of beer or anything, or wine.
Yes,
or...
keg. I can. Would you like one?
Yes, I would.
A gold and 5 silver.
Sure, I'll put down 2 gold because I don't care.
Oh,
I will give him 40 silver for what I ordered. I think that should be enough.
40. Oh, thank you so
well,
much.
food for all, I said.
Wow, it's a great day. And he like scoops it all into like a little bag, puts it on the side, and he walks up to a chalkboard behind him, and he starts writing down the numbers that you've just give him of all the stuff, all the money. And you can see there seems to be like a tally behind him of some sorts that he's keeping track of, and you see the date for this week, and you see the number 4 on the tally.
How long have you been in business?
A good few months now. But we really didn't hit the ground running, one would say. Some would even say maybe partially in debt. But I'm trying to keep up a beat about it. But you have all helped contribute towards that. Thank you very, very much.
Oh, excuse me, little dude. I was just wondering if we could also get some carrots. This guy right here, he's gonna want some carrots. You eat carrots, right, Bronco?
Oh yeah, I'll eat anything.
Yeah. Oh, can we get some carrots, please? That'd be so dope.
Well, I think you may have eaten all of our stock last time, but I'll see if we have any more carrots. You see, having these imported is quite difficult. But I'll try my best. I didn't realize Quirinese taxes would be so high. But yes.
I'd like to think that I like just put like 4 gold on the table that I picked up earlier, and
Yeah.
just like slowly push it his way.
Thank you. He like slides it over, puts it in a sack, and he's just he sat there, beaming smile on his face. And then eventually tankards come out, food as you guys sit down, and then a tankard goes over to the gentleman on his own. And you see like a gruff looking dwarven fellow, very dark obsidian looking skin, with like a salt and pepper sort of beard, and what you can see is a ruby in one of his eye sockets. And as he sits there with a hood up, he's just kind of like keeping to himself, drinking from a tankard. You buy him a drink and he looks at you. And he just like very subtly nods and then carries on drinking.
I assume I don't sense any magic within 30 feet.
As you come on in, the only bit of magic that you sense in this room is from the eye socket itself of the gentleman. You sense a faint bit of
Sure.
magic.
Okay.
But yeah, you
I'll
guys
take it.
sit down. And yeah, Shion, you definitely realize that this gentleman, probably from your estimations and summary, is definitely or was a Krakadunian slave at some point in his life. you would recognize it's very noticeable mark on people. But yeah, you guys sit around this table and food starts coming out. You start eating. I assume Socks comes out to join for a little bit.
Socks has a salad, so he can sit on the table.
And
What the? Whoa! Oh, your salad's moving. That's so sick. What is that?
That's he's not part of the salad. He is he's from the Feywild. Have you ever heard of that?
He's pretty dope. I don't know what a wild is, but that's yeah. He's very wild. You said?
No,
Does he bite?
No. Don't touch his head.
Oh, but he's so cute though. Okay, no worries, little man. You're all good.
He like looks up at you and he's just like, ah, and just like points at you.
In
I
Sylvan.
yeah.
In
I was gonna
Sylvan.
do that.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say to Socks, like, that's a friend in Sylvan.
Yeah, and he kind of looks at you and then looks back, and then you all just hear like creaking of wood as you see Bronco trying to push through the doorway. As no one has told him to wait outside. So he just tries to come in. He's like, oh, I'm a bit stuck.
Could I noticing this, could I try and like step outside just for a second and take him over down the alleyway?
Yeah, you like grab his horn a little bit and like guide him back out in reverse, and then he's like, well, where are we going? And then you like walk around the alleyway.
All right, dude, like you know what time it is. We got to make you a little bit smaller so you fit inside and you
it's
don't talk
morphing
too
time.
much. It's morphing time, little dude.
Okay.
All right, so skedaddle skaboodle, you're now a rabbit, dude.
A noodle.
And he's like a rabbit. Turns into like a little rabbit.
Yeah, and he's come down as a little rabbit. He's just like, oh my god, this is really cool.
All right, come on in, dude.
Okay, let's hop to it. And he like runs on in. And you just see the rabbit jump up to the table. He's like, hey guys.
Are you Bronco?
Duh.
Sorry to assume.
Who else do you think the carrots are for? And he hops onto the table.
Cool.
Okay. What is the plan? Because we're here, but we're not supposed to be here, right? We're supposed to be in the second ring.
Exactly. But we cannot get into the second ring, so we need to make. I mean, we got out of the tree like a couple of days ago, easy enough. It shouldn't be too hard to get in.
No, but
I don't know if there's any magical barriers or anything protecting the second ring. I don't know if you can just fly in like that.
Well, that's the easiest solution. Hard. Send Olaf. He'll die or he lives. We'll find out.
Arcturus, are you okay?
Sure. Why would I not be okay? And I say this while I like chug down a whole. I assume we have the beers.
Yeah, a keg with a tap has been put on your table.
I've seen Andros do this like multiple times. I'll probably saw other friends do it. So just like I'm chugging it down.
Yeah. Roll me a con save, please, while this is happening to see if you can handle the liquor.
I think
Very
I'm
bad. A6.
I think I'm gonna ignore his advice for now. Arcturus, what went down in the square earlier wasn't good, but we're gonna have to move on.
Move on. Innocents died of us, and yet we are here at a gate throwing a party. We just like Andros scuffed us for being too noisy and too in the open in the middle, and yet you guys throw a party while waiting for the guards. Well, fuck that.
Well,
Hey, you're not wrong. We're not the smartest group walking around on arrows, okay? But I don't think that sitting here and being sad about it is gonna help us either. Come on, you're Arcturus. You're meant to be the smart one out of all of us. What are we gonna do without Arcturus?
Well, that means that if I am the smart one, that I should have thought about this and I should have foreseen this, and yet I have not. And people, innocent people, died because of me.
You
So what?
know that everybody knows, not you know the person, but you as a person know that
Who
more
knows?
innocent.
Who
you know
knows? What?
you know that
He's high pitched
people
now. Wait, who knows?
it's this is the first time that people have been. I say this more quiet, by the way, because there is another person here, so it's stage whisper.
There's two whole other individuals in this whole place.
Yeah, but
Maybe you're the one who's a
probably-
spy. You
Two
don't
to
know.
the
Yes, yeah.
But this is the first time that it was an impact that had or is directly related to us. Like, we know it was us, but it is not the first time that innocents have died because of the decisions that we've made, stupid things that we've done, people that didn't deserve to die, whether they were in the impact collateral damage or just in the wrong place at the wrong time. This is the first time that it might have been one of us, that's true, but now that we're so close to hopefully finalizing this, we can't stop, Arcturus. Come on. You've got a sister out there and a place to go home to somehow, someday.
So, at the end of the day, the Iron Vortex makes casualties, and we're just gonna forget about it, like nothing ever happened. Like
No.
Andros said, that was not us, right?
So
What
what
do you mean?
happened?
Well, Andros just said on the square, very, very loudly, like he always does, that the Iron Vortex just killed people on the street as collateral damage. Like,
Yes.
are we gonna forget that it happened and just move on, have a little party, save the world?
Well, I
don't
wasn't.
think- Go
I
on.
wasn't implying that we forget, but we're gonna have to deal with this situation, right?
We
As
have
we
to
always
make,
do.
we have to make things right. You heard my father. Those tungsten wolves assholes, they have their claws into so many more people.
I'd like to think that whilst this is all going on,
Mhm.
Carvox is just staring at Socks like, what on earth is this thing? And then he goes, oh, wait, hold on a second. Like, Bronco's been in the second ring before. He's been up there. Bronco, how did we get in last time?
Well, you see, I was a chipmunk then.
Oh yeah, he was a little chitter chatter dude. Yeah.
That was me.
So you can get in, but it's not easy apparently. I don't know. What are we talking about?
But that would
Polymorph?
that would mean there's no magical protection on the second ring, right?
I mean, there might not have been last time, but defenses might have been
What's you know
slightly
got to
weak.
do with this?
You know? As in the person you know?
You just said you know.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Who
What?
knows?
Someone's nose?
I'm going to shut up now.
Arcturus, all I'm saying is we've done bad things before. And this was definitely a very low point. But we have to try and make things right. We can't just sit here and feel bad about what happened. We need to fix it.
After hearing him say that we have to fix it, you can clearly see me like contemplating about something, and I'm like, if those tungsten wolves didn't show up at the square, we would not have been in that fight,
True.
and people would not be hurt.
True.
So the actual guild is at the Tungsten Wolves. So if anyone is to blame, is that guy.
They kind of took the
Right.
fight to us in the middle of the
So,
city.
Now he made it, and I'm getting like slightly drunk. You can clearly see that. This is personal now. We'll get that bastard.
Attaboy.
Let's try it a little less flashy next. As you always tell me.
Remind me next time, will you?
Before or after? And I just
Better
wink.
before.
So, what do you guys think this place has to do with the Tungsten Wolves? Inns are very rare in Quirin.
What if it's
What?
like the one in was it Archenvale? I think it's the requisition underneath.
The Kingston Bernardo.
Yeah, it was under a pub, wasn't it?
And a very shady looking pub. And
I
very
mean,
broken down, just like this.
There was also one guy sitting in a corner drinking from a keg.
Also true.
also, or like maybe we should talk to him.
I do have a little spell called Friends. We could make him believe we're friends for a little while, but he's also gonna know afterwards.
No.
But I mean,
As far as I understand.
we are friends. I mean, if this might just be just another place to sit and drink, as I look towards them.
Have you seen the amount of gold we spend on this place? He should be friends.
Well, I mean the dwarf guy with the magical eye.
Oh, that's not Oh, is it magic? It's just a
Well,
it's
I
a ruby, darling. Every Krakadunian, not every
No,
Krakadunian slave, but
it has
high-ranking Krakadunian
it ha-
slaves have these.
it has magic. I promise you. I kind of have a bit of detect magic going on at the moment. For a little while, it might be gone soon.
I mean, unless it's shooting fire from one of those.
Well, I would assume maybe it just fixes his eyesight.
Mm. Well, in that case, he's no threat, is he?
Yeah, but maybe he is part of the hiding place.
Well, go talk to him then.
Have you seen me talk to people before? I always slip up. I'm a bit too, straightforward.
Hearing Shion say that, Arcturus just stands up with a keg in his hand.
Oh.
Nice.
He just goes over.
I would
Yeah.
definitely follow him because I'm not gonna leave him alone in that state.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, so the three of you get up and all walk on over, and this guy immediately like swooshes his cloak back, and you see the hilt of a blade, and he kind of just like puts a hand on his hip and kind of looks at all three of you because all of you just got up at once, like started moving over. He's just like, "Oh shit!" Like something's going down, and he just looks at you and he's like, "Yeah."
Hey, friend.
No worries. We're just coming here to talk to a local. You seem local.
You've come to the wrong place to talk to a local, lad.
I like your accent. Where are you from?
Krakadoon, darling. He's from Krakadoon. What's more interesting is, how did you end up here?
What's more interesting is why is a Quirinese like you sat in an inn like this with a group like that?
We a lovely group.
Oh, you know, these guys, they're not from around here. And this is the only place in all of Chartusa where you can get bangers and mash.
And it's the
You're
only
not
inn
wrong.
I hear.
Let's just say I come here for a bit of privacy. Then I assume that's why you're here.
Well,
Actually, yes, but it's still nice to talk to someone.
we always make friends along the
How
way.
about a beer?
I've already got two, thanks.
How about a beer and a gold?
Wait, so that'd be 3 beers and a gold?
In total, yes. And I'll put down like a beer and a gold.
He's like, thank you. Just takes it.
All right, let's cut the crap. We've heard some interesting rumors about this place. What do you know?
What interesting rumors have you heard?
Well, have
Because
you?
I'll tell you now, this place is far from interesting.
Is it?
But that's what
That's
makes it interesting.
exactly something that's. Wait. That's exactly what someone would say to distract people from being here.
You guys do whatever you like.
Fine,
If you have
I'll
any
go
questions, by all means ask. But if you're asking about this place, I don't own it.
back. I just
Are you here
stroll back to
often?
the keg and I'll let them be.
Are you
What
here
was your
often?
question? Do I come here often?
Yeah. You said you like privacy, and so do you frequent it a lot?
Well, for someone that likes privacy, maybe I wouldn't want to tell you.
Okay.
What
You
do you
don't
want?
like.
What do you want from me?
Well, like the lady said, what do you know about this place? If you hear a lot, you must see
I know
things.
that apparently these are a big thing further north. When I say further north, I mean outside of Quirin.
That's true.
If I don't want to be spotted and I want to keep a low profile, I'd go to the place where the Quirinese wouldn't go.
Why are you trying to keep a low profile, friend?
He looks over to Shion. Educate him, will ya?
Fine. This man, judging by the ruby in his eye, is, or at least used to be, a Krakadunian slave. Judging from the quality of the ruby in his eye, I mean, I inspect the ruby a little bit.
He like pulls the hood back a little bit so you can see it a bit clearer.
Yeah, it's probably an expensive one. So this guy was not just any slave, but a very important slave. And if he wants to keep a low profile, it's likely that he escaped. That said, he is from Krakadoon, and I doubt his masters will, or his former masters will be here.
And I said all that without moving my mouth.
All right, then have a good evening.
You too, strangers. Slides the third beer over and starts drinking it.
Yeah.
As we leave, I just leave another gold on this table.
He slides it over, pockets it. Carbox and
What did he
Maeve, what do
say?
you?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, Carbox and Maeve, what are you two doing while the rest of the gang have wandered off? I will say, Andros walked in, grabbed a pint, and then went and stood outside to keep watch. I'll say is what Andros did. It's a very Andros thing to do, so.
Well, May's a little bit like, you're very tall to be around socks for someone who doesn't, well, just thought that he was part of the salad. So she's like, so, why exactly are you here anyway if you've been all over the place?
So it's a funny story. Basically, I'm looking for my master. I think I mentioned last time, but basically, I used to follow this tutor. You may or may not have heard of him. And as I say this, I sort of have one eye on the conversation that the guys are having because I imagine this is simultaneous, or just as they're coming back. So I'm watching the dwarf, and I go, so I was following my tutor who was a real music legend. His name was Ren Whisperwing. And like I was looking to see if I could track him down. Basically, I traveled the whole world, came back over here. And then like when I got here, oh, it was mad. I heard he was in the second ring, and then I went to go see him. Bronco went in because I couldn't go in, and then apparently he's not there. And yet I've seen all his stuff being sold around the place. Had a look into it, and apparently it's like the tungsten wolves have been using the stuff or have hold of his possessions. So that's kind of what I'm doing, I guess, you know. Otherwise I'm just riding the waves and taking it easy. But those tungsten wolves got it coming.
Right, so that Ren, is he like special looking or something? Is he like Andros or Arcturus?
No, he was just a dude. Like, you know what I mean?
Like no, I don't know what you mean. Like what?
Oh, you see that dude over there? And I like point at Emberfoot. He was like him, but like bigger with pointier ears. But yeah, he was pretty cool.
Like
He'd been around for like hundreds of years playing music and stuff. Real sort of like a bit like you, but more pointy ears, I guess.
it's probably Elven. Did he look like a human but with pointy ears?
Yeah, he was a man. He was a man. Yeah, he was like that with pointy ears. I would say I think he mentioned he was an elf at one stage. Yeah, yeah.
Right. So he does okay. All I wanted to know is if he looked like a potential slave, but I don't think he does then.
Oh no. He was like royalty. He had all the bling. He had like necklaces and a crown hat kind of thing. He had like a gold-plated guitar, so or like a lute rather, and it was so sick. But yeah, he had like all the bling, including a ring very similar to Shine over here. Yeah.
Her
So
name is Shion. I would try and get it right for your own safety.
Okay, yeah. Shane, got it. Yeah.
Yeah. But if he has a ring, then he must live here or have family here.
Yeah, so I tracked him down. Long story short, he's not a king, but he's like the king, if you know what I mean. But no, he was in he was definitely in the upper ring because that's like people had heard of him. I was on a boat when I got here. Funny story. I was like trying to figure out where Quirin was, and I hooked a ride with some sailors. We hopped on their ship. And basically like I was playing music by the pier, trying to get a ride down to here. Not many people come through the bay down south, you know. So I had to get like really close with the sailors, and a couple of my dudes who liked my music, they were like, "Hey, we think you're sick. Come have a beer with us on our boat, and we can take you where you gotta go." They were going to some islands off the coast somewhere. I don't know, dude. They were doing it, and as we came down, I like totally passed out. Next thing I knew, we woke up. The boat was in the bay. No idea where anybody went. It turns out, like me and Bronco, who I changed to I polymorphed him into a parrot because you know it's a pirate, right? And we were on the boat, and I didn't know where they went. Somehow we ended up here. Started asking around. People had heard of him, and then yeah, sent Bronco up to have a look around. Didn't see much, but I spotted some of his goodies going around. You know, like that the bling, and then of course the thing I'm looking out for the most is that sweet axe of his, but I can't find it anywhere. I'm hoping the Tungsten Wolves know where it is, or at least where he is, because I haven't seen or heard him in such a long time, and he's got the sweetest music there ever is. Like he's so sick.
But like,
But
can you
yeah.
not like try and scry on him or ascending scroll?
No,
That's-
no. I don't spy on anybody.
No,
That's
no.
not me.
It's magic.
He is magic, yeah. Yeah.
It's a spell.
I'd say at this point the rest of you like sit back down as you just see like Maeve kind of face palming slightly while speaking to Carbox.
She's like, just you hear her mutter to herself, like, "Was I like this when I came out of the woods?"
I can spell, yeah, but I'm not the best at it. I'm sorry, May, but I gotta finish my pie. And he just starts digging in again.
So that didn't get us very far.
And go well.
No. The guy is probably just an escaped slave and he is trying to keep a low profile. Well, I guess I changed. Former Shion would have held him at knife point and said, "Tell me all you know, or I will rat you out to your masters."
I'm proud
Well,
of
we
you.
could still do that.
Why
No,
would
I
I?
don't.
We've already have enough damage here.
Yeah, I'm not serious.
But didn't your father say that was getting help from someone in this inn?
Well, there's only 2 people here, so
Yeah, but a hooded figure. And this guy's not hooded, is he?
I
He
don't.
was
The
kind of
dwarf?
hooded.
Oh yeah, he was hooded.
Was he hooded?
Just for clarification, in case you misheard anything that was said, from the third ring was where he was meeting someone. So not from. Sorry, I probably said third ring, didn't I? That's my brain. It would have been the Royal Palace ring. So the first ring. It's because it's backward. You enter the third, go to the first. The first ring. The first ring is someone that he was meeting with.
The
So
middle
someone
ring.
from the royal.
Highest
No,
ring.
the top ring, the highest ring.
Yeah, so the middle
The
ring.
middle ring, yeah.
Oh,
Top ring is the Royal Palace.
Oh,
just
God.
the Royal Palace, right?
God damn it!
Oh wait.
The middle ring
first
can mean
ring.
2 things. Okay, royalty ring, nobility ring, common ring. That's what
Very
we're gonna
good.
go by.
Okay.
Royalty ring is where he was meeting someone, a hooded figure from the royalty ring.
Oh, I was wondering why he's coming to a random inn in here.
Because
Yeah.
that's why he was saying that the king has requested that Shion to be denied entry into the second ring, because the second ring is the nobility ring.
Since we at clarifying, but didn't he also
Yes.
mention that there was an inn which
Someone
is
said-
uncommon and it's
Someone said
related
no.
to
The guard told
monster
you to go
moves?
to an inn or something, a piazza or an inn,
Yeah.
and then someone asked where the inn was, and he told you where the inn was. He told you about the inn.
Well,
You guys asked him about the inn.
well, I asked because I think I guess
Yeah.
I misheard. I
He
thought
did-
that
he
that
didn't
Shion's
suggest
dad
an inn.
said
You guys chose to
anything
go
about
there,
the inn.
and then he said to Shion, he whispered something to Shion, and told her to look out for the tabaxi with a white plume. That's what he said to Shion. But
Cool.
you have not been sent to this inn. You guys asked about it, and now this is apparently your meeting point with a tabaxi. That's what's happened.
Oh.
Yeah. Because you guys were talking about the requisition and how it was like a hideout, and I was just kind of sat here like, what the hell are they going on about?
This
You
is
know
this
we're getting
clears things
suspicious
up.
every time we get somewhere. Oh.
Okay, where do we go now?
You bought a room. I guess we'll stay.
An hour passes. And after the hour passes, Andros peeks in and nods, and then leans back up against the wall as a hooded figure enters the building. After about hour and a half, I'll say. And as the hooded figure comes in, you see that they are wearing a black silk robe that goes all the way to their like ankles, and it has got like a slight silvery white like sheen around the rim, and on the back of the cloak is a white plume feather. And as they walk in, they take a seat at one of the tables in the corner, and they don't order a drink, they just take a seat and sit down.
Guess I wait for like 2 or 3 minutes, and then
Yep.
slowly go over.
And as you go over, do you take a seat or do you say something to her?
No, I guess I'll just take a seat.
Yeah, you take a seat, and you just hear a female voice from beneath the hood. Yes.
I was told to be on the lookout for someone with a nice white plume.
Your father has asked me to come because some things have been going on in the palace.
Before I say anything, do I know this person?
You can't see their face. The hood is like covering, and they're
Okay.
just looking down at this moment.
Do I recognize the voice?
Roll me a intelligence check. With a 16, yes, but you almost don't believe it.
Okay.
You recognize this voice to be none other than Princess Takara. And that's why you don't believe it. Because you hear the voice, you know what she sounds like, and you kind of like, you go wide-eyed for a moment, realizing like potential severity of the fact that the princess is in the common ring, alone, unprotected. And you see her sat there, and as she places a hand on the table, you see these silver-tipped gloves, and yeah, you see just this black sort of silk gloves on the table. So you don't see fur or anything like that to recognize that this is who she says she is, but the hood is covering her facial features at the moment.
My father sent you? I'm puzzled.
I reached out to your father when I heard word of what had happened.
Are you who I think you are?
And she like looks up slightly, and you just see the tabaxi fur of the jaw. It comes up to the nose, and she just very briefly pushes the hood back slightly, looks at you, and then pushes the hood back across her face. And yeah, you do recognize it to be Takara.
How should I address you? I suppose in a place like this,
Takara is fine for now.
very well. What is happening? I'm being denied. We are being denied access in the second ring. What's going on? I heard your father was ill.
You are being denied access to see your father, as am I.
What happened?
I think someone's trying to kill my father. And I think it all ties in with Yuna. And that's where we'll cut to break. As, yeah. As the princess the princess of Shartusa, technically the oldest of the children of the king as well, is here completely unprotected, sat in the dingiest little tavern with this group of people. But yeah, we're gonna cut to break. We'll be back in like 10-ish minutes. It's never 5, so I'm not gonna lie to you. So like 10 minutes. We'll be back in like 10. See you in a minute. Bye. Hello, and welcome back. As you may or may not be able to see, we have an Eagle Outlaw joining us. He's pulling a face, which I don't really know why, but that's what he's doing. Yep. So we're gonna kick things off straight away. Tell us quickly what drinks or snacks you got. What has everyone got? I've got a Fanta. They don't sponsor us. Don't know why, but yeah.
My
Brother,
beer is finished,
mine-
so I only have water.
Water cider.
Water, cider, nice.
And then
I've got
some rum?
some rum. Yeah,
Nice.
that's it.
some currywurst flavored chips.
Cool. Let us know in the chat what you guys have got as well. Awesome. Right, we're going to kick things straight away off with the conversation at hand. Andros, are you staying outside or do you enter?
Oh,
after
100%
this thing
enter.
walked in? You
100%
enter?
enter. Yeah, 100%.
Do you sit with the group or what's the plan?
I feel like from the knowledge I have of everything that's happened, I would like to back up my good friend Shion. So I'm gonna go sit on the other side of the person.
I
and
give
just
him a
pull a chair.
warning. I give him a warning look.
Yeah, I just sit. I'm not gonna say anything. I just sit down and I'll order a drink.
So you sit next to her. As
Yeah.
you sit next to her in the corner of the tavern, she pulls the hood further down again.
It's okay.
Is he to be trusted?
Just with a sigh. Yes, he's with me. I take full responsibility.
Very well. I have reasons to believe that Zazigael, the Archmage, is having meetings with Yuno into the second ring.
Zazikel, that's a name I haven't heard in a long, long time.
I also believe that Yuno and Zazigael have poisoned the king.
Is that why he's ill?
Apparently, the king refuses to be seen by all of his family members, as he does not wish to show weakness to those he loves.
This complicates things a bit. What do you...
And as you can imagine, Zazigael is helming authorities in his stead.
Okay. Well, I don't know the man too well, but if he's in the cahoots with you, not much good can come of it. What do you suggest we do?
I think if you strike it to the head, there's chance that the other may flee or back down. A sign of weakness would show that their strength isn't as strong as one would think. I would recommend out of the two, taking Yuno out would be the easiest.
Well, I've got a bone to pick with him myself. How are you holding up? Why did you believe my father when he said that I'm still alive? We never got along very well.
We didn't. However, I've always known you to be one that never backs down from anything. And I could not just simply believe that you perished in a tomb due to your own downfalls.
No, we have Yuno to thank for that as well. It's the reason why I want his head.
If
Preferably
I
on the spike and the...
if I had not seen Yuno and Zazigael meeting, I may not have believed your father entirely. But he's poisoning the well. He's sinking his teeth into all those around the nobility ward and royalty ring. Or inner ring, as some may call it, or middle ring, but not the third, also known as outer ring.
What the commoners think. Yes, yes, I get it.
Any names? Yes.
I would never, ever dream of going up against Ezekiel. But, I mean, listen, we made a bit of a mistake coming in here. We saw some lackeys of the Tungsten Wolves and we disposed of them in a not entirely orderly fashion.
Are you
They
the
must.
Iron Vortex?
Yes.
Well, that makes things complicated.
I thought so. I think we all deeply regret what happened, but the Tungsten Wolves do know that we are in town now. Or at least what's left of them.
I don't have much information to go on. But I have been digging as to who trusts. I have a handful of names and locations that they may or may not still be within. If I was you, I'd keep a low profile and seek these people out. Find out where is. Find out where he hides. Find out where his base of operations is. And then kill the Alpha.
We're good at that. Particularly this guy here, and I sort of slap Andros on his shoulder.
I
So,
trust that this meeting will be between us.
absolutely. Do you have the names?
And she pulls an envelope out of one of her side pockets within the cloak. She slides it across the desk, the table, should I say? Burn it once memorized.
Sorry.
Was something in your drink?
Yes. The
It's
poison.
it's that imported ale from the north. She'd only drink really chartreuse and ciders or wines.
Don't trust this swill.
Hence why I haven't bought a drink.
So where will you go if the first ring is not the place you can go anymore?
Oh, I can enter. I just cannot see my father.
Okay, that's reassuring to hear.
I know we haven't always gotten along, Shion. Albeit, we've put on a face for our fathers. But just know if you help us with this endeavor, everything will be reinstated. And if proof of what has done comes to light, I'm sure myself and you will earn a great deal from saving them from this. Sometimes it takes the hand of daughters to fix the hands of men.
I smile. You have my word. And very hushed, Your Majesty.
She nods. She stands up and extends her hand, allows rain, and walks out of the tavern. Did you do it as well?
Yeah, I tend to do it.
You just kind of get a side glance as she's leaving, and then she just carries on walking out.
Was that right? Did I do that? Did I do that okay?
Marvelously.
Oh, thank you. Also, Majesty, who is she?
She's the oldest daughter of the king. Someone I used to move in the same social circles as she did. We never got along well, but you heard her. She's in trouble right now.
So we're helping out more people.
Exactly.
Oh, it's great. I love this. I love when we, help out other people while we're doing things that we're going to be doing. It feels like everything comes together sometimes.
I read the letter.
Yep, you pull out the letter. I'm just grabbing the note. Bear with me 2 seconds. So, on the letter, it says the name Carvine Elgos. It says half elven man besides it. Auction houses, outer ring is what
What
it
was that name
says.
one more time?
Carvine, Karvine, Elgos, Elgoss. And it says half elven man, and then it says, auction houses, outer ring. Then the name below it says Alashar Horas, which is spelled Alashar, and then Horas. It says human man, outer ring, frequents dusk often. Below that, it says Tariq Jalil. It says human man, and it says recently arrived at Tower of Scorpion once a week. And the spelling of that, did you need it? You guys will be fine. And then the next one under that says Hansa Ferrate, Fire Genasi, and it says Whisper Wing Estate. And then the final fifth name underneath that is Naslo Eberos Drow by the Spring of Spirits at Night. So you have 5 names, 5 locations. And just so you know, Tower of Scorpion, Whisperwing Estate, and Spring of Spirits are all within the central, the middle
The
ring.
nobility ring where
Oh
we
my
can't
god,
get in.
I hate these ring names. Yes, the one that you are from, Shion.
What
You
was
would
the
know that.
name after Torque?
Naslo, Naslo, and it says
The one,
Drow.
the one before that.
the
The
one
Fire
before that?
Genasi. The Fire Genasi.
Oh, sorry, Hansa.
Hansa.
Yes, Hansa
Okay, and
Ferrate.
Ferrate,
Fire
and then
Genasi.
the last name of Tariq?
Wait, what?
Tariq, the last name of him? The human man?
Jalil.
Okay, Jalil.
And where was the fire genasi?
Fire Genasi was at the
Whisper
Whisper
Wing.
Wing Estate.
I know we technically don't know this, but if we get told, then I already have it, and if we don't, I'll
Yeah.
cross out.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine. And yeah, they're the names that you've been given. 5 individuals that all apparently work for Uno, and locations that they have been visiting either frequently or at least regularly.
Yeah, I memorize it and then with a little
Yeah.
flash of my magic.
It burns. Brilliant.
You,
Okay,
you
cool.
know, you know the names, right?
I do. I don't know the people, but they're
Wait,
my...
you've never heard of
I-
any of them?
No. No,
Oh.
I haven't. I know
This is
the places where they go, well, the Spring of Spirits, I used to come there a lot. It's the best piazza in all of
Okay.
Chartreuse, but we can't go there right now because it's not in this ring.
which one's the easiest one then? You know, if you had to pick one that's like, oh, this one is like probably the one we can actually get to, which one would you pick?
Let's go after this Alashar person. He's in Dusk. I think you would love Dusk.
What is dusk?
You'll see.
Okay.
Okay, so do you guys get up and start leaving, or do you tell the rest of the group? Because you two are on your own table, and the rest of the group are sat on another table.
I'll get up and do my best, like, cool guy walk towards the door and just kind of like over my shoulder, cool symbol, like kind of like point towards the door and walk out that way. Try to hope the others understand to leave.
You all see Andros do a strange walk, and then do like a hand gesture and walk out the door.
He's meant to be sneaky, right?
Yeah,
Did he drink something else?
keep a low profile.
That dude is so cool.
Yo, Carbox, did he just did your move?
He's got his own moves, dude. Like he's riding his own waves, but I'm vibing it. I'm feeling it.
All
Erhard,
right.
can you still
Shion?
yes? Can you still send Olaf to the second ring? See if he can get in. Just
Sure. If
fly,
that's what you need me
fly,
to do, I will do.
fly in circles or something. At least we
Ah.
would know if it's safe to polymorph and go there.
So who was your friend? What we doing?
My friend gave us a list of possible names of people that might have more information on the Tungsten Wolves.
Okay. So
So
you want to
there is-
go one
there
by
is
one?
there is 5 places that we need to go, or well, if one of them gives the golden tip, we only need to frequent one. But 3 of them are in the second ring, and obviously since we cannot go there, we have to go to the ones in the common area first.
Any particular time of day?
Did I write that down?
For these first two?
Well, what time is it now?
At this point, you arrived at like midday. You've had maybe about 4 or 5 hours since you got here. So yeah, it's coming towards the evening.
Let's go to dusk first. It's almost dusk, so it seems only fitting.
Is this
Okay.
a place?
Dusk is a place.
And as we say that, I will send Olaf out to fly towards the second ring, and yeah, just try if he can get over the walls and kind of circle it as if he's looking for prey or something, and then come back to find me.
Okay, so you send him out the door and he goes flying out. I would have said half an hour ago, Bronco would have very quickly ran out of the tavern because Polymorph was running out of time, and he like just as he gets there, he like bounces back. He's like, "Oh, that was close." Like, but yeah, then all of that would have happened, and he's been waiting outside ever since.
And I'd like to add that I'm just like in bewilderment that Olaf has just come out of Erhard from God knows where and just flown out a door, and I have no idea what's going on. I'm just like so impressed with Erhard right now.
Yeah, and yeah, people start getting up and getting ready to leave. So you all walk outside. You would know, Shion, dusk is actually very close to where you are, and it's literally a 5-minute walk, if that, as you guys arrive towards dusk. And as you do, let me just grab some info on dusk real quick. You guys arrive at a place that is a little bit, I guess, it looks from the outside, it doesn't look like the most inviting place. It definitely gives off a sort of, I don't know what the best word for this would be, a sort of unassuming sort of like look towards it, and it's quite near one of the guards barracks. And as you do get there, you see that it looks a little bit run down, some like erosion in certain places, and you can see, yeah, there's these 2 like big doors to the entrance, and there's like some silks coming out of some windows of like lavish purples and blues. And as you start walking up to it, Shion like points towards the building, and yeah, you guys are like all stood outside. Do you guys go to enter?
I'm waiting for Shion to enter first.
Look, I have.
Shion,
Yes,
what is this place? Looks
a
very extravagant.
place where I haven't gone. I've been here once, maybe, but yeah, it's not a place for me, if you know what I mean.
What does that mean?
It's a very expensive whorehouse.
Oh, oh.
Erhard had a
slightly
feeling.
drunk. Still slightly slightly drunk. I just tap Andros on the back. Go ahead, buddy. Make some friends inside.
I do not want to make friends in there at all. I honestly think we should just okay, so can we get like a quick description of who we're looking for?
Okay,
Her name.
Alashar Horas is a human, but that's really all.
Alishar, what you saying? Say that name again?
Yeah, Alashar Horas. I don't know if I wrote it down right. It was
Okay.
You tell me. You burnt the letter. I will not reveal any information now.
What does he look like?
It's a
Beats
human
me.
man, she
Just
says.
ask. Just give one of the horse some money, and they'll tell you.
You didn't get like a description. You didn't get like a race. Nothing like that. We're just gonna walk in here with a name.
I told you a
Human
human.
man.
A human? Oh, that's easy. Okay, that's
That's
easy. We
it.
can find that. We can find that. So easy. Yeah. Okay. So we should make a plan, right? So like we should maybe do
Yeah, since when
Why
does
do you-
any of us plan to work?
Why are we
A
so
simple
nervous
plan.
about going in here? What's a whorehouse?
Oh, Maeve, yeah.
Hey guys.
You know, ladies of pleasure we talked about
Yes.
once.
Yeah.
Yes, Gordon.
Guys, I'm not gonna fit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, Bronco,
Stand guard.
you're too young to come in here. You're only been around. You're like 8 or 9 now. Like you're too young to be here, little
Wait,
dude.
can socks come
Yeah,
in?
okay.
Just keep
How
socks in
old
the
do you
ring.
have to be?
Just keep socks in the ring. Maeve, what you're about to see in here is gonna be something new to you. Just stick close to one of us and do your best.
So socks goes in the ring.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Socks
I would.
goes in the
I
ring.
would.
Yes.
And don't take do your best too literally.
Yeah, please don't take that little. Just like on the find the thing, the person ordeal. That is what we should be.
There's just a lot of. I know what a lady of pleasure is, but there's like a lot of them. Then.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of it in here. Okay.
Oh,
They're gonna
Hey,
be very
Horvax.
friendly, but don't
Corvax.
take them all
People
seriously.
can choose which lady of pleasure they like.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
talking to me, big dude.
I'm talking to you. You're gonna be with me. I actually think you might
no.
excel in here,
Me
and I'm
too.
gonna grab his arm and try to like take him in there with me.
Okay, quickly before we go in, DM, have I been here before? Should we do a roll?
I will let you decide that. Do you think you would have entered, whether it be on purpose or by accident?
I think I probably would have somehow ended up here,
Yep.
but thinking that Dusk is like a really sick club
Metal.
where I could play like music, and so I came like full get up, ready to go, hoping that I'd meet some other music folk here. But didn't really go inside. Just got in and was like, whoa, not the kind of night I'm trying to have, and then like yeah.
Yeah.
But I've been around. Okay,
Okay,
cool.
yeah, you entered, you spent maybe 10 minutes in here, realized this was not the place to be, for the type of, like, you were trying to earn, like, a bit of coin while you were here, and then while trying to earn that bit of coin, you realized they were trying to take that bit of coin, and you were getting very confused, and then realized, I feel like maybe someone come up to you and explained, and you were like, wait, what? Like, and then just left.
Not the kind of music I'm trying to make, dude. Oh,
Yep.
no. Yeah.
Yeah. People kept coming up to you and talking about making symphonies together, and you were like, oh, yeah, that's so cool. Like, yeah, I'm down. And then next thing you know, there's like 4 people around you at one point, and then someone explained what was going on, and you just had to get out of there. So I'd say that happened like maybe a week ago. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, as you now get here and you get up to the door and start going in, I like to think seeing the inside of it like brings all those memories back, and you're just like, oh crap. Like, yeah. As yeah, you Andros and Carvox go in first.
Oh god.
Anyone else follow?
I'll follow. I'm drunk as
Yeah.
fuck, so yeah.
Leon,
Yeah.
I'll go
Let's-
in.
Wait, can I just
Don't look
Who's
at
drunk
me.
in the party right now? Do Andros know who's drunk in the party? Like, have I
Only
probably?
Arcturus.
Okay, great. Yeah, I'll keep an eye on Arcturus as well, and I'll just look to Korvac and like, hey, if you see anyone, trying to get to him, just deny it. All right?
No, dude, he's all good in here. They're
He's
so
all-
sweet.
Are they? Are
Yeah,
they?
they're so nice.
Okay,
but,
listen.
like,
We're gonna get to the bottom of this. All right, me and you. All right, me and
Yeah.
you. Yeah,
Me and you, dude.
me and you.
You and me, dude.
Dude.
Yeah.
Me and you. Done. All right.
And as you get towards the door, just above it, you see a fresco of what looks to be like a setting sun. And as you step on into the doors, you are immediately hit with various scents of like lavender and other like perfumes and flora, like just kind of hit you as a wave. And immediately the interior is almost like a night sky. Everything in here is dark, deep purples, blues, and blacks. And then there's like gold trims, silver trims. Like one wall is literally just like stars across the whole wall, and then by them there are like cushions on the floors around little tables, silks covering like different areas, like things that you can cordon off certain rooms and certain booths. You walk on in and there's like a central stage, and on this central stage there are like chairs all the way around it, and on the center stage you see a drow woman dancing for various different patrons below who are putting coins on the tables and all of this. And there are many scantily clad women of all different races dancing and speaking and getting drinks and standing at the bar with people. And yeah, you can just see that this place is very lavish from the inside. And you can see why people probably like it, because it definitely doesn't feel like you're in Shatusa. Like, it's very like separate, it's very divided from the outside, although the silks are the same, but just the coloring and like how soothing, and it's cool. Like, it's always cool in here as well, and that might be due to like the dark colors like muting that sort of heat within. But yeah, you guys walk in and yeah, there is a lot of people in here, and there's people like dancing and chatting, and that you see like a scantily clad half-elven woman like dragging what looks to be like an orcish man up the stairs, not like by like holding his hand and like taking him upstairs. And you see like an exchange of coin seem to be having here. But yeah, there is also a bar in here as well, and appears to be people serving some foods and drinks and that sort of thing. But it is very busy, it's quite dark, and there's just a lot of people in here. And yeah, you guys walk on in and you're hit with this like wave of like your sinuses, like your smell and your vision is just hit with this kind of like vibrancy as you walk on in. And yeah, what do you guys do as you all one by one head on in? And Bronco just says, "Oh, wait out here," as like he just kind of stands by the door.
Andros, hearing so many stories, like so many different like cool stories from his childhood, he would look for like the farthest corner where no one's sitting at. And he would like, mess with his collar a little bit, make it look like he's, someone not really from here. He's trying to make himself stand out more. So like his jewelry, like the like brooches and stuff he's wearing, he's gonna try to show it off a little bit more to like make himself look of higher coin around here. And then he's gonna walk over to the bar, and he's going to buy a drink, like the cheapest drink they got, and pay like double the price just to show he
Okay.
has coin.
It's 3 silver for a drink in here, which is
He would-
actually rather pricey for being on the outer ring. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's that they seem to be selling like ciders and wines. There's no like ale here, but it's more
Yeah.
like fruity drinks and cocktails and that sort of thing. And like orange juices if you don't want an alcoholic beverage.
He'd give 8 silver,
Okay.
and then he would walk to that back corner room, or like, and just sit down and start drinking, like slowly.
Okay, so yeah, you slide over the 8 silver, and the barmaid immediately, like, before taking your coin, like, runs her hand over the top of yours before grabbing the coin and then sliding it over. And who went in with you? Carvox?
Carvox, yeah.
Carvox, what's your passive perception? It should be at the bottom of your attributes and skills on the left-hand side. It should say passive perception.
Passive perception is 14.
Okay, yeah, that's high enough. You notice as Andros does this, turns his back and takes his drink. She looks towards a couple of the girls nearby and kind of like nods in Andros's direction. You see that the exchange of coin has definitely drawn attention to himself as being maybe a little wealthier than, because he's paying double for a drink. But yeah, you do that, and Andros walks off. Do you follow him? Do you grab a drink yourself, Carvox?
I think I'd like to have another look around. Just a bit more information. And the corner he's going into,
Yeah.
like how many people are in that vicinity? Because he said it was going a bit quieter, but is there...
Yeah, I'll say that the corner he goes to is like an empty booth right now, which he's going to go and sit into. And there's a couple of booths either side, one of which has the silk curtains drawn, but there's a slight gap in the silk, and you can see what looks to be like a scantily clad woman on her hands and knees on the table dancing while there's people just chatting and drinking around that table. And then in the other booth, you can see like 3 guys sat in there with an arm over a girl each, just chatting and conversing. So there seem to be multiple conversations and groups of people in that corner. But yeah, Andros has found an empty booth that he's going towards.
Okay. I think Carvox would probably buy one of the cheapest drinks.
Okay.
The 3 silver one for 3 silver.
Okay.
And he would then go for a booth that's sort of, if there is one, close enough to the others without being so close that they can hear each other.
Okay.
Like somewhere in the vicinity.
There's also tables that don't have those booths as well, which are more in the center, which if you wanted to, you could sit at one of those so that you have more of like vision. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, you sit at one of those tables away. So as you see these 2 buy a drink, and also the barmaid also places her hand upon yours and drags her fingers across your hand and like your forearm before taking the coin, and you turn your back and you go sit down as well. So as these 2 sit down, what are the rest of you doing as you guys walk in?
I'm the easiest one. Like, that scene that like a group of people coming in, keeping a low profile, checking the room, and there's this one guy that is like, oh my god, this place is wonderful.
You know
That's
what?
me.
I need you to roll me one more con save, please. And then I need you to roll me a charisma check.
Con save is 15, actually.
Nice, okay.
And the other one was?
And I need a charisma check. Flat
Is it flat one?
charisma. Yeah, flat charisma, please.
23.
Perfect. You walk in a little drunk. You walk in, you're like, oh, this is so cool. And immediately a tabaxi woman walks up to you and gets a little bit too close and places a hand on your shoulder and like leans in towards you and just says, so come to dusk to find a mate, perhaps.
How? Are there any other Falcon women here?
and as you say that, follow me. And she grabs you by the hand
Sure.
and starts taking you towards your own little booth.
I'll follow because I
Okay.
think she has a Falcon woman everywhere somewhere.
She sees easy prey and takes you towards another booth, yeah. And when you walk in, draws the curtains. The rest of you, Maeve, Shion, and Ahad, as you walk in, you see Arcturus be led to a booth.
We
I
lost
guess-
the reins.
And the other guys are over there. I'm gonna stick with you, Shion, okay?
I guess he's gonna lift his spirits. Let's go find this guy quickly.
Yes, well, it's going to be really hard to. I mean, he's a man in an establishment full of exotic dancers. It's going to be really hard to peel his eyes away from what's going on that stage over there.
Does he come here often?
As I imagine some lady going with her nipple tassels, like.
You know what? For this exact moment, yes, that is what's happening as you look at the main stage.
Well, we could just ask
Well,
a barmaid or
if
something.
if he comes here often, maybe they know him.
Yeah, I suppose that's a good idea. Maybe if we find him, maybe we can, get him in a more private place. Ask one of the ladies to take him to a booth or something, and then we come and then question him.
Like, give
Well-
her money? Because why would she let us in? If he
Well,
already gives her money.
Money is gonna go a long way, and we have
We have plenty of
enough.
that. But we need to find the man first.
Maybe
Are
he's a
you-
regular.
Yeah.
If he has a regular lady, then she can seduce him, and maybe we wait in the room for
Yeah.
him.
Let's
If we
just
pay
find
her
out if
enough.
someone knows about him.
Yeah,
And I
let's
walk
just
over to the bar.
royally pay the bartender. That usually helps.
Yeah, so the three of you go to the bar.
Yeah.
The barmaid walks on over. It's like, so, what can I get you folks?
I'll
Wine?
have a fancy cocktail.
What?
Very well. And
Well,
yourself, young man?
Just a nice drink for starters.
And it comes to, we'll say, a total of 9 silver for all three of you.
I'll get it. I'll give her a
Yeah.
gold.
And as you pass the gold, she gently caresses your hand and takes the coin, places it under the counter, and then gives you your 3 drinks.
Before she can let go of my hand, I squeeze her hand back so she can't pull it away just yet. Not aggressively, but just I hold it and I lean in over the bar. And I say, would you be willing to exchange some information for some money?
Roll me a persuasion check, please. As you do this, she holds onto the coin. She looks down at it and she says, well, I hope it's a lot more than this.
Okay, well, I will hold on to my money bag, which is quite full, I might add, and I just juggle it. Hang on, let me get my... It's slow, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
It's loading up.
But yeah, as
What did you want?
persuasion.
Persuasion. Guidance.
You cast a spell in front of her.
Oh, I guess not. Doesn't even
'Cause
matter.
there are somatic components to guidance. You do have to make gestures. It's not a it's
No,
not like
okay,
a
I
hidden
wouldn't.
spell.
But it does. But it doesn't matter anyway. I don't think because I rolled a 5.
Okay, not a problem. Yeah. So as you say this, she looks at the coin and she tugs it out of your hand and places it in the counter below. And she said what she said.
Oh, come now. And I pass her 5 gold. Surely you can indulge my friend. We just need to know a name.
She leans closer to you, placing her hand on the 5 gold. Like I said, it better be more than that.
How much were you
Hey.
thinking? You just want a name.
For now, there's more where that comes from.
She looks at you both all expectantly.
I slide her platinum.
Get in there.
Maeve sighs.
Well, let's
and
see.
she just Maeve sighs and she's like, okay, fine. Hang on. She starts rummaging through her stuff and a few copper fall out. And she's like, 1.5? I don't know. And she shoves her 50 gold.
50. 50.
Yeah.
She slides it. What's the name you're looking for? Who are you looking for?
It's
So I-
Alisha.
Yeah. Alashar Horace?
Regular here. I think he's in right now.
Brilliant.
In a room or just inside the building?
He busy.
He's within dusk.
Let me guess.
I slide her 2 more
If
platinums.
we want you to point her out, him out, we need to shell out some more dough.
You slide 2 more platinum as this conversation's being had. Nearly there. She puts it under the counter.
We'll go with a 50 gold.
Another 50 on top of the 20 you just
Yeah.
gave.
Yeah.
She slides it across. He's sat by the main stage.
You would like what? I look over at the main stage. Do I see more than one human man?
There's currently 12 people by the main stage.
Any of them human?
7 of them are.
This is getting us nowhere.
What's he looking like, dear?
An eager man waiting for an opportunity.
Okay, how much do you want for you to point out to us which one it is? Because you obviously know, we know that you know, and you can just tell us what the price is.
Making demands of a lady of the house, are we?
I slide her
Well,
70 gold.
Oh,
Can you just point us to the guy?
The Erhard, hush.
Yes.
The lady of the house.
A
the
lady.
A lady. What does a night with you cost?
Well, if the amount that you've just coughed up, more than you can afford, doll.
Do I look like a poor person to you?
Do you look like one? No. Are you and your friends acting like one? And she like head tilts towards you.
Why? For wanting information? Bear in mind I have some sway here, even though you may not know it. And I know a lot of people come here who might say the same.
You see those gentlemen over there? And she points towards the stairs. They just happen to be guardsmen of the barracks nearby. And let's just say when the guardsmen want to let loose, where do you think they come, dear? You may have all the sway in the world, but when you have men at your feet, things change. Now, why don't you run along and find your friends? Enjoy your drinks. And remember, we don't stop till the sun comes out. And she turns and walks off to go serve someone else.
I say to Ignan and Maeve, bear in mind if there's casualties here like there were on the streets, I wouldn't even mind it so much.
Maeve in Ignan's just like, I hope not all whores are like this.
They're
Do-
spoiled brats.
Do
Well,
I notice that
yeah.
they were taking like a while at the bar? Like,
Oh,
is
yeah,
it,
I would-
is it
I would
kind of
say-
obvious that they were
They
what
were
they were
trying
trying to
to
do?
get, yeah. But
Yeah.
as you sit down and Carvox doesn't sit too far from you, the
Yeah.
pair of you sit down. What are you guys doing? Well, because you see them go to the bar and like
Yeah.
this scene's happening while their scene's happening.
I am looking at my hand because she's done that. Like, I would have noticed she's done that to me. I would have noticed she's done the Carvox and only to me and him,
You would
right?
have only seen it to you two, yeah.
Only to me
And
and
it
him.
definitely felt more flirtatious than anything.
Okay, so I don't like maybe get the sense of like something, maybe a spell, anything like that. Maybe something to get me a little bit more.
You can roll an Arcana check if you wish, as you try to
Sure.
see if some
I
magic's been
will-
cast on
I
you.
will YOLO Arcana somehow. Hey, 17? We'll take it.
You're unsure.
Oh, okay. Okay. With that being said, I'll relay to Korvax of my suspicion of what her running her hand down us, and just more so, I'm still like making myself look a bit more like pricey than usual, and then I'm just waiting. I'm just looking around, scanning around the
Waiting
room, and
for
I'm looking
someone to
for.
approach.
Yes, I'll let someone approach. I'm looking more so. What I'm looking for is I'm seeing someone who looks like again the description of a human man that might look a little maybe nervous, maybe like I don't know, because a lot of new people just walked in here, like a whole group of new people. So I'm trying to see maybe he just like
Okay.
a human man looks very
Roll
nervous
me
at
a
that.
perception, and then an insight, please.
Okay, this will be an advantage. 22 insight. 22.
Nice. Scouring the room and spotting individuals sat about, you notice 4 individuals that match human description. And you see 3 of them look like they are having a ball and are splashing cash. You see one of them looks to be a little bit more reserved, and is currently sat in a booth with 2 other gentlemen. It's just the 3 of them in this booth. But yeah, that's what I'll say is what you see,
So-
and that's the vibes that you get from those. So you see 3 people like living it up, spending a lot of money, having a
one of
good
them-
time, and
Does
one
one
of them
seem
is sat
richer than the 2? Like, does one seem like he's putting out more than the other
with
2?
a 22. Yeah, I'd say there's a guy sat around the main stage, which is putting a lot of coin on the table.
A lot of coin. Okay,
Yeah,
he's
you
the one
can't
I'm
see
gonna.
how much from this
Right.
point, but you can see it's like handfuls of coin.
I'm just gonna lean over to Korvax and I'm gonna point out that
He's
guy.
not on your table.
Oh, he's not. Is he
He's on a
close enough where I
different
can?
table. You can
Okay.
see him, but
can
to
see him?
talk to him, you would have to either approach
Okay.
or shout.
The only person I'm gonna try to like nudge over, like try to get him to keep an eye on, is the 3 people sitting like in the booth.
Okay.
The one human male sitting in the middle, surrounded with 2 people. That's
Okay.
the one I'm pointing out, and I'm gonna keep an eye on the guy putting more money down. And I'm going to then, pinging on those 2, I'm actually gonna move closer in.
Yeah.
Close enough to where I can listen to the person putting a lot of money down's conversation. I'm gonna try to listen
Okay.
in.
Are you gonna sit round the main stage,
Uh,
or off the side?
Off to the side, because I don't want to be too like involved, but I want to be able to like still
There's a
have people
table-
over.
The closest table nearby to him has a gentleman sat on one of the stools, and the guy that sat there has a dancer on his lap, and they're just talking very intimately. But there are other stools nearby, which you see he's not with anyone. So you could definitely sit at his table as if you were just like enjoying the atmosphere. But I would need a deception or no, it wouldn't be stealth in this. Deception or performance to kind of give off the impression that you're not trying to like eavesdrop in on someone's convo. Because there's a lot of eyes here, so it's not so much stealth, because
Right,
you can't be unseen in this place.
right. So you said
Deception or performance to try and give off the fact that you are like lying, like why you've sat down. Like you could be sat there staring at the main stage, but not sitting at the main stage. But it's like whether or not you can almost convince others around you that you're there for a different reason.
well,
You choose.
you know, yeah, I'm gonna do it. We're just gonna YOLO it.
Which one?
Performance.
Okay, yeah, you take a seat down, and yeah, you try to blend in and like make it look like you're just enjoying the show. Maybe a
Mhm.
little shy to sit around the main stage
Yeah.
specifically, but I'll say you have like a couple of coins in hand, as if you're like ready to maybe tip someone or something along those lines. And yeah, you blend in. You have a few. You've got your drink.
And
Come
I'm
on.
just
Yeah,
passively for like listening for the
Looking
name.
around.
If
Yeah,
I
yeah,
hear the
that's fine.
name, I'm gonna.
Not a problem. Carvox, what are you up to? As you sit down at this table, you drink, you're like, right. Like you sit down.
Yeah. So he's just sat down. Obviously, this is all going on whilst all of that's happened at the bar with the other 3, and Andros. I've seen Andros like point, but not really picked up on what the signal is.
You know
'cause
what?
I'm-
Roll me a perception check to see if you even realized where he was pointing, because it's quite a busy place, right? So we'll see how well you do in like his point.
Perception?
Yeah, you have a vague description of an area of this place. You just sort
Yeah.
of point in like a direction. You just look back and you're just like look at him, thumbs up.
I'm just like, is he pointing or is he doing
Yeah.
hand signals? Like, I
You're
don't know
not
because he
sure.
did this
Yeah,
earlier.
you do
like,
this.
yeah. Okay. So I think as Carvox, what I do is probably look around the room and try and get a feel for things. As far as I understand it, there's a couple people at the main stage. There's a couple booths around.
Yeah.
I'm not the most comfortable in the situation, but I'm just riding the wave, seeing things out.
Yeah.
And I start to notice that money speaks volumes here. That's
Oh,
what
for
people
sure.
care about. It's the coin. So rather than seeing so stuck up, what I do is I sort of unbutton my leather jacket and just sit openly at the table. And I sort of just look around, realize I've emptied down my drink, and then have a look around and see which women are in the area.
Yep.
Do I need to do a roll for that, or is
No,
there
no,
anyone...
no. I'll say there's a couple of half elven girls walking about. There is a half orc woman who's also walking nearby, and then you see quite a few tabaxi looking women, so like feline-esque women who are like walking about as well. But yeah, predominantly there's a couple of humans as well that are walking about as dancers, but yeah, that's that. There's just like a mix of sort of races nearby.
Hmm. Is there any that is like one of its race in the space here?
Now
Or-
I'll ask you for a perception check to see
Okay.
if you can spot something along those lines. Ooh, 20. Nice. Yeah, as you're kind of like sat back taking a look, you spot a fire genasi woman, scantily clad, leaned up against a wall with like her foot up so her knees like pointed out, and she's just kind of like resting her elbows on like one of those like tables that are against the wall, and she's just sipping some water and just placing it down. Has no one currently pursuing her at the moment, but she's kind of just stood there.
Okay. I think what Carvox would do is he'd sort of gesture, he'd make eye contact with her, and then sort of just gesture, sort of like tap the table, as if inviting her over.
Okay. Roll me
See where
a
that leads.
persuasion check. I'll say with advantage. You've unbuttoned a couple. You've got a bit more relaxed. Yeah. Roll me a persuasion check. 31. Okay.
That'll
As you
do.
tap the table, you see her immediately take one more sip, place it down, and immediately start walking over towards you. As she walks through all the different people. A couple of people start to approach her to ask her something, and she just kind of like gestures a hand out to them and carries on walking in your direction. And as she comes on over, she stands beside your table and she like looks down towards the seat. Is this seat taken, my dear?
You know what? I was gonna use it to rest my feet, but I think you could definitely help me rest in other ways. Why don't you take a seat and relax? We can just see where we're vibing at.
She like sits down and just leans on the table. And yeah, the two of you, I guess, begin to have like idle chit chat for a little while, just trying to get to know her and see what sort of vibe she has. Yeah, we'll come back to you in a second as Arcturus behind the veiled curtains. This woman that sat with you has gotten very close. She's like very closely sat next to you. There's a hand just on like your leg as you two are just conversing, and she's like, "So tell me more about this Vidalcan."
Well, you want to know about me or another reading partner?
She like gives you a quizzical look. I don't even know what to say to that. She would say,
I can see the look in her eyes, right? It's like
she's confused.
I can definitely tell probably.
Yeah, I'd say there's like a slight confusion because You
That
asked for a Vidalcan girl. She's asked you about this Vidalcan, and now you're like, me or a breeding partner? And then she's just like,
Never mind. I want to know more about you.
oh no, no. Tell me about yourself. Where have you been tonight? What have you been drinking?
Oh, I've been drinking beer. It was disgusting.
You'll find much better drinks here.
Oh, what do you recommend?
Well, the ciders are nice, but the cocktails are really good.
Mm-hmm. Might be a bit hard. Let's stick with the ciders.
Very
I'll,
well.
have somebody order it around or something. I don't know how it works here.
Yeah, by all means. Yeah, you
She
order
stays
around.
here. She stays
Yeah,
here with
she'll
me,
say
definitely.
someone else will come and get the drinks for you, and they bring them out on a tray. And you see she orders a blueberry rip, and you see this glass of bright, vibrant blue with like a cocktail stick in it with like some blueberries attached. And as she pulls it towards her, she like looks at the drink and looks at you and just smirks, and then starts to sip the drink. And yeah, the two of you begin conversing. Is there anything you want to ask her while in this state, or
Well, yeah, because obviously I'm still the brains of the party. But
Yep.
I might be intoxicated, but I'm still the
Yep.
brains. So I'll be like, so this seems a good night before doing some business in the city.
so what was your question?
Well, I was not asking anything. I was just having like a bit of conversation, trying to get her interest in what I'm doing.
Yeah, but what did you say? I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, that I'm. It's a nice night to before doing some business in town.
Certainly is. What business brings you here?
Oh, I don't look like one, but I'm happen to be a slave. No, a slaver. Yeah.
I need a deception check from you, please.
Sure.
Disadvantage because you're drunk.
Let's go with it. Deception, you said. A 16. 15.
So
sorry.
15, yeah. She looks at you and she's like, you're a slaver?
Well, I have to admit, I'm fairly new at this job. But yes, I am starting to, well, get my own little empire. I hear slaves are a thing here in Quirin. Everybody wants to buy slaves, right?
And then she just kind of like bursts out laughing. And then kind of like hits you on the chest, and then it's like, you're so funny, and we're gonna cut from you as she is bamboozled by what you're saying. As we'll cut to the rest of the gang, as Shion, Maeve, and Ahad, what are you guys up to at this moment?
I guess we're gonna just. I mean, I'm like go towards the main stage and
Yep.
look around there. I'm gonna look for familiar
Mingle in a
faces,
bit.
Mingle, yeah, mingle.
Okay.
Maeve will like her sheer clothing. She'll just like pull it down a little bit, blend in.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Good for that, are we? Okay. I would like from Maeve then, I guess, a deception check to pretend she works there.
It's not. I'm not trying to work there. I'm just trying to look a little bit more. Like I'm not trying to be. I'm just trying to look attractive, but I'm not trying to look like I work there.
Okay. No, I
So-
misunderstood what you were trying to say. Okay, that's fine. Can I then have a performance check or persuasion check from the three of you, please, as you guys try to mingle?
I would like to give bardic inspiration to Shion, just whatever she might be up to.
19.
Okay. 19. You get a D. You get a D6
Did you say
on top of that?
performance?
Performance or persuasion? It's up to you.
19 with the disadvantage.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
it.
So, Maeve, you pull your top down a little bit and kind of like walk on in to try and like show a bit more cleavage, come across more attractive, and you get a few people like look towards you, and they're just kind of like bewildered because you still wear the face paint, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
By trying to
So you've
get the
got, like-
eyes somewhere else, not on the face. You know. It's
Yeah,
the other
you've got
way.
like the face paint, and then like a few people like take like a slight interest in you when you walk past,
Mhm.
but then I feel like the looks you're getting is more quizzical than anything, because you've just walked in with like, you know, your more wilderness sort of vibe, and
It's
yeah,
okay. Someone, maybe the right person's into it.
you are correct. Yeah, I'm sure that there are a few people that do take interest for sure, but they seem a little reluctant to approach. But you do definitely get some eyes look your direction.
Blow my
Shion,
hair.
yeah, Shion, you slip straight into this and sort of like mingle immediately. You sit down and start talking to a few people nearby. There are men and women in here who are patrons. It's not just men. So you kind of like slip in and have conversations, begin asking about like what they're doing in Quirin and stuff like that, and like share a drink with some people. And yeah, you kind of really do blend in with the surroundings. And Erhard, you also start to blend in by chatting with people and getting like general conversations going. And I will say, if both of you wish to sit around the main stage, you two can. However, Maeve, unfortunately, you don't find that opportunity where you can slip in seamlessly to sit at the stage.
I would try
Okay.
to get into the like near the main stage, but
Yep.
kind of try and stay within like earshot of Shion. Like just
I'll sit down.
stay
Yeah.
stay.
So the pair of you sit quite close, but Maeve's slightly off to the side.
Do
And
I
I'll say,
see?
I'll
do-
say Maeve's actually quite close to Andros at this point.
Does it look like Maeve is like they're not accepting of Maeve as much?
It's not that they're not accepting of her. You get the sense that a lot of people don't know how to approach her, in that Maeve's quite strong. She's quite well built.
Yeah.
Like, you kind of get the some people might be into it, but a few people are kind of a little scared of her, I think is probably the best approach.
Andros would like.
No, I know what's coming.
Andros would grab her arm and just like, like motion her to sit down like right next to him. Like, wow, I mean, what are you doing here? Do you work here? You look fantastic this evening, and just try to like make her sound a little bit more approachable to everyone in the establishment.
You do it so that everybody can hear that?
Yeah, I do it where people like, cause I'm sitting pretty close. Like I'm like
you're
right off to the
very
side.
close to the
So I'm
stage.
trying to make. I'm basically what Andros trying to do. He's trying to make her sound more approachable and more like, wow, you look so good tonight. Wow. I'm trying to hype her up.
Maeve just sort of like chuckles and smiles, and she'll say, "I'm busy at the moment, but I'll come see you after." And then like we'll turn back towards the stage. I don't know if that made an impression at all.
Yeah, you say that, and there are
Yeah.
a few people around that would have heard it for sure.
Yeah. If anyone looks at me, I'll just smile. I tried to look not scary.
Yeah, that's fine. We will go back to Andros and Carvox. At this point, Andros, yeah, you see Maeve there. You're kind of listening in, but then you also see Shion and Erhard there. Roll me a one final perception check, please.
Oh, let's go. My one thing I'm good at. Oh, this is with advantage.
Yep.
26.
Very nice. And Carvox, can you roll me one final persuasion check, please? 21. Nice. You know what? I will actually give you advantage on that because you've already persuaded her to come over, so you already got the conversation flowing. So I will say a 31 on that as well. Carvox, your conversation goes on. Are you asking any questions like during this to try and figure some stuff out? Like, what sort of angle are you going for here?
Okay, so I'd like to think there's a lot of back and forth with
Yeah.
me complimenting her and saying she stands out in
Yeah.
in being a bright flame in a dark room kind of vibe.
Yeah.
And I'd like to think I've made it obvious I have coin by putting it on the table.
Uh-huh.
To try and lead the conversation. I'm trying to figure out, has she worked here long?
Yep.
Does she have any regular customers?
Mhm.
And depending on how that goes, if she can point out anyone in particular.
So
I'm trying to woo her, basically.
Yeah, okay. Well, the 31, I will say she does tell you that she's been working here for around about 4 months now. She does have a few regular clientele, but she doesn't kiss and tell, so she wouldn't tell you who they are. But she does say that there appears to be a big spender in this evening, a gentleman by the name of Alashar, as she gestures towards the main stage. And you see him, big spending. And at this same point, I would say Andros, Shion, and Erhard, the three of you, hear from someone sat next to the gentleman who is to be Alashar. He's like laughing up, and you just hear him say, Alashar, give her more, as like he's kind of like gesturing his friend to spend coin. And I would say, yeah, Shion Erhard, because you guys are in the vicinity, and Andros is hearing of what he's listening into. You three all hear Alashar's name during this whole scenario as well. And you see a very dark-skinned gentleman with what looks to be like dreadlocked hair that goes down towards about the torso. And you see the dreadlocks are kind of like hidden at the back by some sort of like sand veil of some sorts. Like he's wearing like some sort of protective headgear in this place. And he's all in white. He's in complete white with like a cream like shawl over his shoulders. Shawl? Whatever they're called, but it's like a scarf, but like for hot weather. It's like a shade of some sorts, and you can see him kind of just like throwing coins. And the coins that Shion and Erhard you can see is he has thrown onto this table for this one dancer in the time that you have been here, which is like 15-20 minutes max. You see he's probably placed over 250, maybe 300 coin down in this last 20 minutes. He's like throwing coin at these people.
What kind of coin? Gold?
Gold.
Or platinum?
Gold.
Do I recognize him? Do I recognize his gear, his whatever? Is there any point like okay, something?
You've never seen this gentleman before, but the garbs that he's wearing would indicate he's royalty. Not royalty, sorry, nobility. So if this is something you could see people that lived in your area would wear, if he's a member of the Tungsten Wolves, you're unsure as to why he'd be wearing this getup, unless it's some sort of like elaborate ruse or something along those lines. But this gentleman appears to be, he has a lot of money, he's splashing the cash, he's wearing very noble, expensive robes, and yeah, he has a couple of friends there with him as well. And unfortunately, Maven Arcturus, both of you are oblivious to what's going on.
At that moment, I would accidentally like, man, I'm gonna try to like get a little like closer to Maven so I can point him out to her, and just under my breath be like, we could do this two ways. You could try to move him and get him to a private room, or I can accidentally bump into him and maybe see if he's the type of person who's a rager when he's drunk and he wants to fight. There's two different ways we can do this.
I walk by him very seductively.
Yep.
Pretending to work there. Yeah, go
so
on.
you now want to put the guise of working there. Okay. I'm
well,
gonna
at least to grab the attention of like that particular group of them.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a deception or a performance check, please. Because your outfit is not as revealing as the rest of them.
Not persuasion, damn it.
Wouldn't be a persuasion because you're trying to put on a persona that isn't your own.
23.
So yeah, as you walk on up, you like gently like place a couple of fingers on like his shoulders and then run it across like the back, and he kind of like turns to look at you. He looks over at you and then like sees you. He definitely takes interest for a moment as you kind of like glance towards him, and he just looks up and goes, "Who are you?"
And I look over to him like okay, what is it? And meanwhile, I'm starting to sort of like double back to where Maven and Androsa stood. So, what is it? Can I help you?
Who are you? I've not seen you here before.
Oh, you
New
have...
girl?
Yes. I mean, I'm trying to blend in as a customer, but I'm still learning the ropes. I'm watching the dancers, same as you, to learn their ways a bit. Do you mind if I sit with you?
By all means, Boto, go. And one of the gentlemen sat next to him like stands up, and he walks off and sits the other side of the stage to where you guys are, and it frees up a seat next to him. And you take a pew next to him, and as this is happening, Arcturus, the drinks that were brought to you, you are asked for 4 gold for the drinks.
I tried to be smooth. I'll put down 6.
They thank you very much. They take the 6. After another half an hour of talking to this girl in this booth, a complimentary drink comes out to you, and a free drink comes out as you and her have another drink. I will need a con save as you are continuing to drink, though, please.
Con save is a 20.
Nice. You managed to hold it down.
Yeah.
And yeah, you carry on chatting with her. Any particular questions you're asking her during this to try and gather information?
Obviously, I'm trying my hardest.
Okay.
So I want to know what I'm gonna ask. I want to know how much a good time with her would be.
Okay.
Like I want to be the pique the interest of it. And I want to know if I want information in the city or maybe in this establishment, where I need to go or what I need to do.
She tells you that if you want both of those things at the same time, that'll be 250 gold.
And I tried the Shion approach. But darling, I just told you I was a beginning slave trader. I don't own that much money yet. But from what I've seen in this part, I'll be rich in no time. Richer than the richest person around here.
You know what? I'll give you a persuasion advantage
Ooh.
because you seem so sure of yourself.
Which is a 19.
It's a 19, and as you say this, 175.
I'll just do a cheek wink. I'll say 150.
Oh, you want to go lower? I need one more persuasion check from you. Flat roll.
21.
She doesn't say anything. She just places a finger on your lips, grabs your hand, and starts leading you to the stairs.
I'll join along.
You go upstairs, and Arcturus fades to black for the evening. The rest of you, yeah, as you're sat here, Alishar, you now see is sat with Shion, and Alishar kind of like looks you up and down, Shion, and then like he takes a seat back, and he looks at your hand. And when he looks at your hand, he realizes that you have the signet ring still upon it. He smirks, and he places his hand on top of yours as you see a signet ring on his.
Council member.
What do you want?
Just some information. No, nothing too fancy. It's not you we're after.
Cost me a lot of money to get this ring.
Who'd you get it from?
Is that the information you require?
No, just chit chat.
Never you mind. How can I help you?
Do I see if it's like a proper council member signet ring, or is it just a similar one to the one that I have?
It looks very similar. It doesn't look genuine, but it looks very similar. And you notice his accent completely changed. his persona has like changed dramatically. I can also hear you breathing, so just pull that a little bit away. Cool.
Yeah, it's
I
Cool.
got the
It's
drinks
all right.
and then
That's fine. But yeah,
It's just
he
heavy
just looks at
punting.
you. Yeah, it's Arcturus upstairs.
yeah.
But yeah, we could. He just says to you, yeah, he just goes, What is it that you want?"
Well,
Be honest. Less of the bullshit dancer.
oh yes. You're a clever man. I figured you wouldn't fall for that. Anyway, I'm looking for you now.
What dealings do you have with you now?
Well, let's say I have a bone to pick with a man.
As do many.
Yes, I figured I'd do the city a favor.
You know makes me money.
He
What can
makes-
you make me?
What is it you require?
More money.
That's it?
How much you paying?
How does he make you money? You hire this mercenary band? You know I decimated a few of them in the streets along with my little pals. I guess you'll be making a lot less money.
Iron Vortex then, I assume. Targets on your head, looking for you everywhere. Even Skitter hasn't been able to find you yet.
Well, you found me now.
So I did.
Guess how much money you can make if you delivered the supposed.
Stop right there. I'm not delivering shit.
Oh,
Other than information.
fine.
Why get my hands dirty when you and your groups is already covered in so much blood?
Oh yes. And there's plenty more blood to be shed. Not yours. I have no interest in that.
So how much? How much you willing to pay? And be generous, because your first offer could be a last.
Why? You're gonna have me arrested?
What is your offer? Shion the Undying, they call you, is it?
Oh yes.
Fitting name for such a heartless bitch.
Heartless bitch, is it?
Certainly is.
Can I sort of with my eyes sort of gesture to or like see where the rest's at?
The rest of your guys?
Yeah.
That's still Arcturus is gone.
Arcturus is gone, I know, but I know Andros and Maeve, they are
I would say
together somewhere.
Carvox has probably started moving in your direction. Is what I'd probably say, if that's all right with you, Paddy. I'd say yeah. With that conversation, maybe you and her have started moving in that direction towards that sort of clientele. Hard, you're still sat at the round table. You can't hear the convo, but you can see that they are conversing. Maeve, you've been pointed in the right direction. Andros, you're trying to listen. You catch the odd word, and you do hear a heartless bitch come from him to her. That's one of the major things that you catch.
Do I hear anything at all?
Can I lock eyes with
You can
them?
roll a perception if you wish, Maeve.
I
No,
think
it's-
personally, I had seeing Shion going close, he would try to shimmy closer, like get closer. Like I said before, he wants to stay close to him. But just say, not necessarily to perceive what they're talking about, but just to be closer, just in case.
Maeve is just close enough, I guess, so she has a good eye on Shion in case anything goes wrong. She can get there very quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I lock eyes with all of them if I can.
Okay. Yeah, you lock eyes, and he sees you lose eye contact with him, and sees you start to look around the room. Brought them all along, have we?
Of course.
May
Have
would
my
see
own way
Andros.
too.
Okay.
May would see Andros move a hand under the table, and it's like almost like on his hilt. His blade, like he's just sitting there like listening as much as he could.
Can Carvox see tensions beginning to pick up in the group?
Roll me a
between the
perception
group?
check. I hope you roll low because this will be so much funnier. 21. Yes, you start to see tension rising.
Okay, in that case, could I cast Calm Emotions?
You
it-
certainly can.
Are you trying to do perception?
Yeah,
He did, yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, perception.
that's
For me,
perception.
it says persuasion. 21.
Perception, it says.
No, it definitely
Perception,
says
yeah.
perception.
On stream, it says persuasion.
Move down a little bit in
Move
the tab.
down, that's
Move it
Arcturus.
down.
Yeah,
I haven't
Yeah.
changed. Okay.
there's
But
been,
I haven't
that's
changed
not
anything.
that's
Chat.
that's Arcturus's role that you're looking at.
Yeah.
Oh, the
but I
last roll I
haven't-
did was 21 as well, but that
Yeah,
was
yours was also
persuasion.
21.
Yeah, it's up there now. I see it.
Now it's there, now it's there.
Yeah,
It's there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't
Because
worry,
I'm looking
Smitty,
at
you got it.
looking at OBS.
Don't worry, Smitty. Don't worry.
good,
We're
all
all
good.
good. It's
Yeah.
a 21 perception. Yeah, you do notice this. That is correct.
Okay, I'd like to cast. I just need to make sure I have it. Calm Emotions. Let me just
Okay,
double check.
I believe you do.
I do. So it's
Okay.
a 60-foot. So it's a 20-foot radius in a sphere. So I'd like to
Yep.
get the whole group there. To
You
just
get everyone, like all the staff. You're getting everyone in this
yeah,
little area. Yeah, not a problem.
cool.
Yeah. So you. So how do you do this? How does the magic come from you? Because it is vocal and it does require some sort of hand gesture.
All right. I feel the tensions rising.
Yeah.
Obviously. And being like on the vibe 24/7,
Yep.
which is sort of Carbox's thing. He
Yep.
kind of goes, "Yo, guys, hey, let's relax," and he does the whole like
Yeah.
wiggly rain down on everybody.
Okay.
Let's just calm it right down. It's gonna be all good, dudes. It's such a chill night. We got beautiful lights, and I point at the fire genasi woman.
Yep.
This is dusk. Let's not ruin the vibe in here. If we got a discussion to have, let's do it outside.
Okay, so you cast Calm Emotions. Can I have everyone roll a charisma saving throw, please?
Oh Lord.
And I'm gonna roll it for this one particular guy.
Am I also in the same
Disadvantage,
sphere?
Oh, no, you're good.
22.
You're good.
I don't need calm emotions.
Okay. What was the DC of it? What's your spell save DC? It should be on your spell page. Spellcasting
At the top.
DC, I think it says.
17.
17. Okay. So, Maeve, you feel chilled, zen, relaxed. Andros the same. Hard and Shion, you don't change. But the guy, he had like some tension in his shoulders, and he kind of like eases and relaxes a little bit.
Cool. And I'd like to try and persuade him to move outside. That was sort of the main thing.
Oh, okay,
Everybody.
okay, sure. Roll me a persuasion check as you're like, hey, let's go chill out, let's go outside.
31. Sorry.
I've been in here for a little bit of time. Maybe some fresh air would do me good. Boto, come.
Does that then also extend to the rest of us who have failed? Like, do we also feel like we need to go outside? Or,
No.
It was just him.
All it does is it suppresses, like it basically makes people who had strong emotions start to suppress them, and he makes people relax a little bit more. And if there was high tension or stress or anything like that, it chills them right down. He has then on top of that gone and been like, hey, we can relax more if we go outside, get some fresh air, that sort of thing. And he's gone, okay, sure. And then he gets up and he goes, Berto, come. And he starts walking off with this gentleman called Berto. And as he starts walking off, he clicks his fingers, and the three gentlemen that were sat in the booth all stand up and all walk out with him as well.
Is the guards watching? Is the guards clocking this? Like, do they seem like they're focused on it?
The guards are watching the whole situation. Magic has been cast,
Ooh, yeah.
but they're not acting. It doesn't
Hmm.
appear to be harmful magic. If anyone is capable of magic in here that knows, they would get the feeling of what type of magic this is. It's not forcing anyone to do anything. It's just relaxing people. So it's it's something that you could get away with if you. It'd actually be a really handy spell for guards to know.
Yeah.
So if anything, they're probably thinking you've just saved us a fucking fight. So they're kind of like they're a bit more relaxed.
As I'm guessing, Shion and Korvax are going outside. Do I see Erhard following them?
Is Shion going outside? Is Carvox going out?
I wait a bit.
I see them all leaving,
Only a bit.
but then I try and like figure out what's going on with the groups because I've been disconnected. So I sort of like get close to them and then ask like, so how do we do this?
Where's our blue friend?
He's having fun upstairs.
I think he's taken care of. I'm gonna be honest.
Are we sure we want? I mean, listen, I you know, place seems rather money grab.
The
He
fire
was rather
genasi,
shaken up after what happened
Mhm.
earlier.
the fire genasi on your arm, Korvax says, "Oh, I think he has his hands full."
Oh, great. Yeah. Okay. You know what? Sure he can do whatever he
Take
wants.
this outside.
Let's take it outside, I guess.
And you guys exit the building, and as you do, and as you walk on out, you see the gentleman out there with the 4 other gentlemen that he had, and they're all kind of stood there. And he turns to you and says, "Shion, we got off on the wrong foot.
Mm-hmm.
Yuno makes me money,
I got that the first time, yes.
but I could make more. Make me an offer? Maybe I can start talking. I don't so much care for Yuno.
I just care about the coin.
There'll always be another Yuno."
Are you confused?
Could I whisper to Xiong? If it's money you need, I think I got an idea. And see what she says.
90 gold.
I think we can play this really big. Like rhino size, if you catch my drift. If you're good to play along.
What? Offer him an exotic animal?
Just let me handle this one.
Oh God.
And then I go, oh, Master Shion, and I bend over
Yep.
and I say, your caravan of riches awaits. And then I like to cast Major Image
Okay.
to put a sort of basket kind of looking thing with clearly lined to the brim with coin.
I will say,
Mm-hmm.
Major Image is material, somatic, and vocal, meaning that you will have to play an instrument to cast the spell, and magic, like, it's not something you can hide unless you're trying to conceal it. If you wish to try and conceal it, I'll need a sleight of hand check, but there will be still sound coming from this.
Okay, I would like to try and conceal.
Okay, I'll need a sleight of hand check from you as you cast Major Image, please.
Okay, here we go, guys.
Look at
Okay.
the
23's
rolls.
good. Yeah,
All right.
you're a beast. Okay, yeah.
So I'd like to basically put this sort of imagine like drums filled with coin
Yep.
and like riches and trinkets and gold statues on top of Bronco. And
Oh,
he's
like
probably
like they're like saddlebags full.
yes, exactly.
Yeah, got you. Yeah.
And then I like call out Bronco, and as I do, I like look at him with a
And he's like,
and comes charging
he
in,
goes like walking out. Yeah.
and I just like to be like, "Your riches, madam," to Shion.
Well, there you have it. Your riches now, if you will.
I'll take the rhino too, thank you. So, you want to know where he is?
Naturally.
Outer Ring hideout.
I thought as much from a lowlife such as himself.
Problem is, it's an unassuming house with 3 tiles. One either side of the door, one upon it. Each tile requires a passcode.
And I
I
take it
don't-
only he knows it.
3 of his most trusted know it, as well as himself and Skitter. I know of one.
Which is?
On the left-hand diamond-shaped plaque, you will need to drag 3 fingers, and he puts out his 3, from the top to the bottom. After this, fist to the center of the plaque. That's the first passcode. The other 2 are held with 2 of his others. I have to meet with Carvine if I wish to enter. Carvine Elgos, a half-elven man. Short ginger hair, stubble. Usually wears green and browns, and a cloak. Quite proud of being a tungsten wolf, and often adorns the emblem upon his chest. The other is Hansa Ferrate, a fire genasi gentleman, who is currently in the realm of acquiring musical instruments. He's in the Whisperwing estate, currently ransacking it of all of its possessions.
I glance over to Kovacs.
They know the other 2. And if you wish to avoid all of that trouble, Naslo Eberos has found herself finding another route in. But I'll tell you now, that's definitely a more dangerous one.
I like trouble.
Well, you might find her at the Spring of Spirits in the evenings. She likes to drink and make deals.
So do I.
But I'll be taking your rhino now. And he clicks his fingers, and as he does, they walk over and they begin putting a rope over the rhino's neck. And with the rope, they start trying to pull him.
And I like talk to Bronco. I'm like, all right, buddy. You're on your way now, but I'll always remember hanging out down with the ducks that whistle. You know me. See you soon, dude. Maybe I don't know in the next life. Quack,
Oh!
quack.
Oh! Rhino noise. Oh! He like starts walking, and he begins following these individuals. That goes off into the distance.
Well,
So they gone?
that
All
Well
of them?
done.
that went better than I thought.
Wow. Those are some really nifty spells you got there. How long does it take before they find out that we swindled them?
To be honest, like I'm already beginning to lose concentration. So we should probably make a move.
Okay, let's
We have to
run.
get
But what
We've
about
got,
Bronco?
we've got probably about 6-7 minutes.
Okay,
Maybe we go
I'll
upstairs.
go get Arcturus. I'll go get Arcturus, and we'll meet you guys, somewhere. Where are you guys going?
I suppose we can't go back to the Whistling Duck.
For
Do
the
you want to
sake-
go
for
with
the
the
sake
danger
of-
route, or do you want to go with finding more clues?
For the sake of brevity, I will say that you guys wait for Andros to go grab Arcturus. And as
Sure.
Andros runs upstairs, the guards try to stop him, but he just runs up. He like goes up to a door, opens it, not Arcturus, closes it. Goes up to another door, opens it, not Arcturus, closes it. goes up to the third door as the guard's coming up the stairs. He opens it, just sees Arcturus's bare ass, and then he's just like looks and he's like, "Get dressed!" And that is where we'll close. Yeah,
Get
we'll close
dressed!
the scene of like Arcturus putting his boots on, hopping out of the room as Arcturus and Andros are escorted out of dusk. But yeah,
But
and that's
not
where we'll wrap
before-
up tonight because we've got
But
a
not
way
before
longer than we should.
I wink to that girl like it was lovely.
Yeah, and I will give you a little bit of information as to what you uncovered from her as well. But yeah, that's what happens as you guys are basically pushed out of dusk. As Arcturus's coat is then thrown at him by one of the guards as he's left it behind. And yeah, you guys realize you have 2 minutes before the spell ends on Bronco, and you start scarpering off into the city. So we're going to really quickly go around the room. Tim and Lan, why don't you tell us where they can find you when you're not here? But you're probably going to be here.
Exactly.
Exactly. Here on Twitch. And
Every Friday. Yeah.
Can you mute yourself?
no, I can't.
No, never mind. We're on YouTube every Wednesday when our lovely agent Zep posts the YouTubes, the YouTube video of what we just did here.
Do you remember last week when you tried to convince me that you were getting used to doing this?
No.
Every week. Anyway, Eagle, take it away.
Hello, everybody. I was happy I made it. I was happy I made it in the half. I really did not think this was going to happen, but, I'm happy I was here to, I don't know, flirt with my fellow party members and have a good time. Anywho, yeah, you can find me on the Eagle Outlaw, where me, my lovely friend Patty, and the gracious DM Onion Soup, we do the Pokemon, Pokemon Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire Hardcore Nuzlocke Soul Link randomized, where we are, getting pretty far in the game. It's pretty crazy how far we've done. And make sure y'all ring the bell on the YouTube if you guys are subscribing to the Natural Havoc YouTube, or even me, Patty, and Onion on YouTube. Click that bell, notification bell, because it notifies you guys when we upload on that stuff. Yeah, but follow all the socials and yeah, all that lovely stuff.
And also
Awesome.
on this channel, guys, leave a comment. It's good for the YouTube algorithm.
Go with the YouTube
That
algorithm.
is, yeah. And below Eagle, we have Smitty. Take it away.
Hello, I'm Smitty. You can find me here every Friday playing a half-elf druid barbarian who apparently looks a little bit scary to the average man. Who would have known? Anyway, yeah, you can find me here on Fridays, and otherwise you can find me playing some Tears of the Kingdom on my own channel. About 3 times a week-ish, getting through it very slowly because I'm taking my time because I like it a lot.
Awesome. And to the other side of the screen, we have Patty Max. Take it away, buddy.
Hi guys, thoroughly enjoying the sessions. It really helps when you roll really well. A few interesting plays today, a few different ones, but hopefully not stepping on any toes. The idea is to try and calm the emotions, As Eagle and Onion have mentioned, we are doing a Pokemon Soul Link over on the YouTube every Sunday. So if you want to check me out there, you can do so at my social link on YouTube, or you can check me out on Twitch because I've just started up on that as well. So yeah, it's been an honor to be here. So thanks guys for having me.
Thank you for playing with us. Awesome. And above Patty Max, we have Zeb. Take it away.
Yeah, I'm Agent Zeb. I'm here playing Erhard. I also upload YouTube videos for the channel. But I play on my channel a lot of Crusader Kings and Going Medieval at the moment, which, is more or less that genre, like variety that I do of strategy and indie games and all that. And do that Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. But I'm also doing it very early in the morning sometimes. But, otherwise afternoons and evenings.
Awesome for that. Mornings, afternoons, evenings, in the middle of the night, whenever. Go over there. Cool.
I think that's just a secret code confirmed. There's gonna be a Zeb 24-hour stream soon.
Is there?
This is the code.
Always.
every
Oh,
day.
that's I heard he's doing a subathon where he's never going to end stream.
Never ever. Don't have a life. Don't have kids anymore. Not
He's,
anything.
he's leaving Natural Havoc to do a subathon, which is indefinite for infinity. That's what's happening. It's such a shame to have him leave, but to be constantly streaming nonstop.
He could stream while he's streaming with us. It could just be
I could
Oh,
stream
double-
myself.
double
streaming.
stream.
Dually
Yeah.
stream.
Two-way
Nice.
stream.
Inception.
Awesome. And these guys already said it. Go follow the YouTube for Natural Havoc and for our Pokemon stuff. I'm not going to repeat the name because it's very long, but yeah, go check it out. Thank you. We really appreciate it.
Wait, I didn't get the name. Could you say it though?
Wait, no, I'm not saying that. Cool.
Okay.
Anyway, so that's us. That's us for tonight. We will be back next week. But just as a little heads up, we are taking the 7th off because I am not available. So unfortunately, we will be taking that off. If these guys decide to do something, they'll let you know. But it will most likely be a break from the stream for a week. But yeah, cool. Who are we reading?
We are raiding a stream called Quest Junkies UK, who are currently doing a charity stream for Pride Month. They're all dressed up. They're all like, I think maybe some might be doing some sort of drag race. But yeah, seems good. The name suggests that they speak English as well, so that's a good start.
Awesome. Right, let's head on over. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for being here in the future. Thank you for being here in the present. Thank you for just existing, to be honest. So yeah, guys, much love. Take care, and we will see you next week when we find out how Arcturus got on. So yeah, take care. Bye.
Bye.
Peace.